This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
About to bring gold back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
And how sweet it is! A state gold medal for the Union Scotties!
And the Shannock Lancers are your 2A softball champions. The trophy lifted high.
The 10th seed Union Scotties are WPIAL champions.
They're not a Cinderella story, a championship story here.
And your 2023 WPIAL 2A Girls Champions, the Shenango Wildcats. The pitch from Bruce. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Union wins it. The Union Scotties have rallied to win the WPIAL Championship.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
7 seconds. Work it down inside and alley-oop the young gun.
She'll strike it and score!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet. In the lead there to end the first half and going into the locker room. But and then last week they were ended up playing without one of their top players and one of the only 3 seniors on the team in Ben Hennon. Left out of that game, is a little banged up. Good to go tonight, back in the starting lineup, and you expect to see a big dose of Ben Hennon because that's really the name of the game. You have to ball control against the Scotties, much like they did 2 weeks ago against Mohawk. Ball control. They had a 16-play scoring drive against the Warriors. They need to have a few of those tonight to be able to take down the defending WPIAL champion Union Scotties.
All right, we're going to take our first time out of our Washington Center pregame show. Washington Center Physical Therapy pregame show. When your doctor orders physical therapy, tell them.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Let Norton Gabriel Washington Center Physical Therapy get you back on your feet. Visit Washington, CENTREPT.com to schedule your appointment. Welcome to the Washington Center Physical Therapy pregame show. And James, we are just waiting for tonight's start of the homecoming ceremony here at Laurel. However, we just found out that they'll announce the queen at halftime. So we're going to have the court first, and then we'll find the winner at halftime.
Yeah, which is a little bit different. Last few years we've seen Laurel and some other schools. I mean, every school does a little differently, but we had thought, and everyone up in their booth thought, that they announced the queen here right during pregame, which is also really cool. But looks like they're going back to I don't want to call it the traditional halftime announcement, but it's going to keep everybody on their toes. We get to meet everybody in pregame, and then we'll wait, and we'll have that full coverage for you, though. You will not miss the crowning of the queen when we get to that LGKG halftime show. But we're going to have some fantastic football, we hope, here in the meantime. We saw 2 fantastic games, Tim, you and I did, when these 2 teams played a year ago.
Yes.
The first one at Union, where Laurel down by 8 when Union scores a touchdown late in the game, but they hold on the conversion. They're able to go get another long touchdown. They had 4 or 5 long runs in that game. They get the conversion to tie it and then win it in overtime. But Union flipping the script and getting the upset in the playoff game, 30-28. Just 2 fantastic games from a year ago, and it still baffles me. Of all the great football that we've had around here over the years, that was the first game ever featuring 2 Lawrence County teams facing each other in the postseason.
That's shocking, isn't it? Really, when you think about all the years of football and all the opportunities, it didn't happen until last season. We got, quite honestly, 2 great games, one in the regular season and one in the postseason.
Yeah.
Just phenomenal, really football that we've seen that week.
It really was. Both of those games were, and I guess the one downside of it, if you're looking from last year to this year, is again the fact that Union returns a core of their offense, including your main quarterback, your running back, and your 3 top receivers from last year, whereas Laurel graduated 14 seniors. They return 1 starter, and that's an offensive lineman. So you have to get everybody working their way in. We mentioned Ben Hennon. He did a great job spelling Landon Smith at times throughout the course of the year, and he got off on the right foot. 251 yards in their Week 0 victory, Tim, against New Brighton, as we look here with Laurel in Week 0 against New Brighton. But since then, basically, 55 yards since? Yeah, 251, and then, 55 exactly is the number of yards that he's had in the last 3 games combined. He didn't play last week, so 55 yards in 2 games officially, but that's going to be a key. Can you run the football with Hennon, let your big guy eat, let him be just another of the big guys in this Laurel rushing attack like they've had throughout the course of the year? And they have a young but very big and strong offensive line that he can work behind. You can find some running room for sure if you're the Spartans offense. That's got to be your key.
No, there's no question about it. When you look at the Spartans, you're talking about Kagan O'Brien and Mark Shevitz and Jaden Lorio, Kevin Mahoning, and Casey Wilson. up front. So.
Yeah, Keegan O'Brien's the one returning starter, and he's the smallest of the linemen at 6'1", 200 pounds. But, yeah, you mentioned Max Shevitz. We'll be talking about him. He's going to be your newbie player of the game. We'll break that news right now on you. But a 270-pound junior playing back at right tackle today, and guess what? He's playing on a torn ACL. Second time that he's torn that ACL, and he tore it in the scrimmage. He was cleared to play about 6-7 hours before game time of that New Brighton game, and put a brace on it, said, yep, we're going, we're playing, and he's been, a big part of that line. He and Iorio are the two juniors, the sophomores Mahoney and Wilson, 270 and 265. Again, you got some beef, though, again, young, inexperienced. They're only going to get better, and they showed flashes of brilliance in the first half of that Mohawk game here, especially for the Laurel Spartans. And part of it, too, I mean, Lucas Santini, the starting quarterback, but you'll see Jackson Sodders as well. And we like the changeup that he brings when he goes to quarterback, because it's almost like a Tim Tebow-style offense at times, almost like a single wing. He can run it very well.
Yeah, and that does give them a good changeup for their offense and the opportunity. We've seen them even throw the ball a few times, so it'll be interesting to see how they bring that more and more into their offense as the season progresses. As we have the band on the field here for Laurel, and let's see if we're getting ready here. I see the court marching in, so let's turn it over to that. And
I'm going to go chase down my charts that just went flying out the window, as you can hear the wonderful breeze, and that's a perfect time to turn it over to our PA announcer.
Visitors to the annual homecoming festivities. The senior class selected the homecoming candidates. Students in grades this morning. Please welcome the 2023 Laurel Homecoming Court. Our first queen candidate is Miss Sydney Alfera. She is the daughter of Jason and Anna Alfera. She is Vice President of Student Council and President of the National Honor Society. Sydney was chosen to represent Laurel at Extreme Leadership. She's a multiple letter winner in swimming and girls track. She has been swimming for 11 years at the YMCA, where she also serves as team captain. Sydney is a marching band drum major and was selected to participate in numerous PMEA honor bands. Sydney was the first runner-up in the Distinguished Young Woman Scholarship Competition, where she won the Interview and Community Service Awards, as well as the highest math and overall SAT scores. Her future plans are to attend the University of Cincinnati to pursue a degree in biomedical engineering. Sydney's escort is King candidate Antonio Beningace. Is the daughter of Jeffrey and Jennifer Burgess. Madison is a 3-year varsity cheerleader and a 2-year member of the SportsNet dance line. She is a member of Laurel's Theater Art program, where she has performed in the school musical since 7th grade. Madison is also a member of the Journalism Club, FBLA, SQ Club, and Conservation Club. She is the president of Laurel's Youth Alive Club and is very active in her church youth group. After graduation, Madison plans to attend cosmetology school. Her escort this evening is King candidate Adrian Creasy. Miss Ava Conti is the daughter of Anthony and Lori Conti. Ava is active in FPLA, Student Council, and the Prom Committee. She has achieved academic distinction by being named to the Honor and High Honor Roll. She has trained with the Dance Center Studios since she was 5 years old, winning many dance competition awards. Ada is a member of the SportsNet dance line and has participated in all 5 school musicals, including having 2 lead roles. Ada has represented Laurel in Extreme Leadership. She was selected for the PMEA District Chorus. Ada is a 3-year track medal winner and is captain of the girls' varsity cross-country team. She has been active in the community as a Newcastle Playhouse mini star for 10 years. She was selected as a finalist for the Lawrence County Distinguished Young Woman Scholarship Program, finishing third runner-up overall and winning the fitness portion of the competition. After graduation, Ava plans to attend a 4-year college or university studying business administration and data analytics or nursing. She's being escorted this evening by Wyatt Dean. Miss Ava Powell. Queen candidate Miss Addison Deal is the daughter of Brian and Jen Deal. Addison is very active as a member of both the Conservation Club and FBLA. She has achieved academic recognition by being named to the Honor Roll and High Honor Roll. Addison is a 4-year letter winner on the girls varsity softball team, where she is a 2-time WPIAL champion. She plays softball year-round for the Ohio Outlaws travel softball team. After graduation, Addison will be attending St. Francis University, majoring in business. Addison will be continuing her softball career at the collegiate level. Kyle Allison is Addison's homecoming escort. Miss Addison Deal. Miss Kendra DeProto, daughter of Michael and Michelle DeProto, is our final queen candidate from the class of 2023. Kendra is a member of the journalism, conservation, SQ, and Eagle Eye clubs. Kendra is the secretary of NHS and of the class of 2023. She has achieved academic excellence by being named Honor Roll and High Honor Roll throughout her high school career. Kendra is a 3-year letter winner on the girls' varsity basketball team. Kendra is enjoying being a first-year member of the SportsNet dance line. Outside of school, Kendra enjoys spending quality time with her family and working out with her dad and sister Kayla at the CrossFit gym. Her future plans include attending a 4-year college or university to major in nursing. David Willis is escorting Kendra this evening. Miss Kendra DeProto. Please welcome back the 2022 homecoming queen, Miss Josie Fortuna. Josie is the daughter of Joe and Tammy Fortuna. Josie is currently a freshman at West Virginia University, studying civil and petroleum engineering. Josie's escort is the 2022 homecoming king, Layden Barker. The son of Matt Barker and Don Barker, Layden is currently a freshman at Geneva College. Each team candidate will be receiving a football signed by the Laurel senior football players. Laurel's homecoming team will be announced tomorrow night at our homecoming dance. We will crown our team during our halftime festivities. The 2023 Laurel Homecoming Warriors. Congratulations, girls. And guys.
Let's take one more quick time out on our pregame show. We'll come back with the national.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenia Opal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
After 2 shoulder surgeries, my doctor wanted me to go to his physical therapy, which was out of town, and I chose Washington Center Physical Therapy.
The availability is absolutely amazing. When we call to get an athlete in, we get them in the exact same day.
I see many patients preoperatively for orthopedic surgeries. Those patients who use Washington Center have the best outcomes.
The bottom line is Washington Center Physical Therapy is your best choice for physical therapy.
Call us at Washington Center Physical Therapy, serving the community for over 20 years.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
It's now time to take a look at tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Doran Concrete, laying the foundation for your team. Don't let just anybody lay the foundation for your home or business. Visit doranconcrete.com for your free estimate today.
Let's take a look at the offense for the Laurel Spartans first. Mentioned Lucas Santini and Jackson Souders were the two quarterbacks you're going to see. Santini, 93 yards passing. Souders, 105 yards passing. 105 yards rushing. Combined, though, you're looking at an offense that has only produced 135 passing yards on the year. Yes, they love to run the football. Will they have to get a passing game going, though, tonight is going to be the question to be answered. The running backs, Ben Hennon, again, missed last week, only 55 yards in his last two performances. If he's not in there, you'll see Nathan Hill, the sophomore, in the backfield. Wide receivers, Braden Smith, one of the three seniors out there as well. You'll see Tyler Shearer as well as Jackson Souders. The H-back is Jack Miles, and the O-line from left to right, Keegan O'Brien, Keegan O'Brien, Casey Wilson at left guard, Jaden Iorio, the center, Mahoney, and Max Shevitz are the rest of the Spartan offensive line. When we look at the Union offense, Braylon Thomas at quarterback has now accounted for 17 touchdowns on the year, 11 passing and 6 rushing. He'll have Mike Gunn, Andrew Cartwright in the backfield with him. Lucas Stanley, wide receiver. He'll also play some time at quarterback, Will the junior. Dane Jonke, Grayson Blakely, and Andrew Gettings are the receivers, and the O-line left to right, Jamel Mitchell, Robert McCurdy, Denon Bowen, Jordan Brown, and Dan Maccabia. And with that, let's take a look and talk a little bit about this Union Scotties team. Talk a little bit about Laurel. Let's talk now about the Scotties. I'm going to start with the fact that Thomas has so many weapons to throw it to this year. When you look at the fact that 8 different players have caught passes, including both the quarterbacks, both Braylon Thomas from Stanley and Stanley from Thomas on the year. But I look at Dane Jonke, 7 touchdowns on the year. He had scored a touchdown in every single game so far this season. And then you got Grayson Blakely. How about this? This is my favorite stat of the year. He did not have an official catch last year, but he did catch 5 or 6 conversions. He had 6 interceptions last year. And guess what he did last week? 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So does a little bit of everything on both sides of the football. 3 senior receivers for the senior quarterback to work with. A lot of weapons for this Union team. And I think more than anything, too, last year was the first year that you had Braylon Thomas really as a true quarterback. He was a runner first, a passer second. It's kind of flipped around this year. He's showing off the arm early and often.
Yeah, and really, when you look at the size of his receivers that go along with Braylon, he's 6'2". You look at Jonke, he's 6'2". You got Gettings is 6 foot. Blakely, who's 6 foot. You got Lucas Stanley is 6'2". I mean, these are tall.
No, he's taller than 6'2". I don't care what that says. saw him walking around
he
today.
once was 6'2".
He is no longer 6'2". He's probably grown 5 or 6 inches since this time last year.
Yeah, and I'm not shocked by that. Simply just saying that when you have the opportunity not just to have a tall quarterback, but you have big receivers to throw to, that's a huge advantage. You can throw it in a lot of different ways. They have long arms to grab it. They can go up high to get it. They go left and right to get it. And they all have good speed. So it really not a shock that you're seeing, Coach Need take advantage of that and really expand his passing game.
And what's crazy, too, when you look at the running game of Union, so the Scotties on their offensive line averaging about 210 pounds. That's probably the biggest Union offensive line that we've seen in probably 15, 20 years all around the board. Laurel's smallest O-lineman, as we mentioned, is 200. They average about 240, 245. So the fact of the matter is you got about 40 pounds per body across that offensive line that Laurel has the advantage. The difference is, though, Union has 3 returning starters on that O-line compared to the Spartans, who are basically all fresh, minus the 1 returning starter on the entire team in Keegan O'Brien.
Well, Union Scotties have taken their spot on the far side of the field. The Spartans are huddling in the end zone, ready to make their entrance here for homecoming 2023 here for the Laurel Spartans.
And they'll come on with the band. See if we can get a little sound of the band out there. So there's the Laurel Spartan marching band. Hey, give a shout out to them real quick with director Scott Boyer. Sydney Alfair and Anna McCosby are the 2 drum majors. So Sydney, one of the queen candidates, so she's not up there tonight. It's just Anna, the junior drum major out there for the Spartans. And let's turn it over to them, Tim, because it's time for our national anthem.
Our national anthem brought to you by the Laurel Spartans marching band here at homecoming for Laurel here tonight as they get into their alma mater as we get ready for tonight's ball game. I want to remind everybody that this is the Washington Center Physical Therapy. Let Norm Gabriel and staff of the Washington Center Physical Therapy get you back on your feet. Visit them at Washington, CENTREPT.com. Schedule an appointment today.
Tim, now it's time to take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Works in Progress Paint Services. Call Joe Wright at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next painting project. We'll start with the Laurel Spartans here at home. Kind of alluded to it. They got to sustain the drives. That 16-play drive was just a killer against Mohawk. And not only does it, wear down a defense, but it also keeps dynamic Union offense off the field. Dominate the line. You got a 40-pound per body. Yes, you're young, but a 40-pound per body advantage. Take advantage of it. And SS Spartans, you got Sodders and Santini that are going to both see time at quarterback. Can they both do their normal jobs, but also maybe take each other's job a little bit? You got to have Santini as a threat to run, Sodders as a threat to throw. On the other side for Union, create chaos. You have all these playmakers. You have to create chaos on the offensive front, but that's also defensively to make it difficult on those young quarterbacks. Gray and Day, as in Grayson and Dane Jonke, 2 of the big receivers that are going to be big-time targets. They need to continue to ball out for Union to be successful not only tonight but the rest of the year. And then Guns N' Roses, as in Mike Gunn, the running back. Haven't heard a lot of his name on offense. He does have a receiving touchdown on the year, but that's about it, and only averaging a couple of yards per carry when he does get carries. Hasn't had a whole number of carries from the running back position. Can he get a few more opportunities to really work the ball in the offense? Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Works in Progress Paint Services. While we have a moment as the captains meet at midfield, Tim, let's take a look at the other games going on across the area. The other game we have coverage of, Limon J-Moan up in Bessemer for another homecoming game, Mohawk hosting New Brighton. That's in Class 2A's MAC Conference. Neshannock at Beaver Falls. We'll get you score updates of that one, as that's going to be one of the big games of the night as well. Elwood City hosting Western Beaver, the other game in the MAC. The other Big Seven Conference game tonight is Shenango hosting Rochester, also a homecoming game at Glenn Pop Johnston Stadium. Then Wilmington traveling to Sharon, and Newcastle traveling to Central Valley. Those are your other county games. There is one more Big Seven game tomorrow as Summit Academy hosts Northgate. That is I believe a noon or 12:30 kickoff for the for the Knights against the Flames.
All right, we're just a few moments away here from tonight's opening kickoff as The Spartans will kick it off as they'll go kick it right to left on your devices here tonight as we get ready for today's game.
And what classic all green uniforms, the big white numbers and the white stripes, and on the other side for Union, white uniforms, the big blue numbers. Thank you, finally, the big blue numbers on the back of the jersey with the
I like the look.
With the blue pants, and it's going to be to kick it off is a new player to the roster. It's Maya Jarrett who will be kicking it away for the Spartans.
And her kick is a squib kick down the middle, fielded at the 30-yard line, and has brought up across the 35. Running the ball was Dane Jonke, and Union will set up shop. 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
So again, your offensive alignment, Jamel Mitchell, Robert McCurdy, Denon Bowen, Jordan Brown, and Dan Macabia on the O-line. Dane Jonke, Andrew Gettings, Grayson Blakely, other receivers. Andrew Cartwright, Mike Gunn will be in the backfield for Braylon Thomas, the senior quarterback. He's accounted for over 1,000 yards and now 17 total touchdowns on the young season. And this is the 5th game, so we're halfway through the year after today.
Yes, week 4, round 5 of the high school football season is underway. 1st and 10 here for the Scotties. It is Braylon going to keep it on a keeper as he'll get no yardage on the play, as it looked like Harrison maybe on the stop.
Yeah, Ben Hennon and Colton Carlson there on the stop. And we saw this last week, too. Union getting up to the line quickly after that 1-yard pickup.
Smack. Going to roll him out. He's going to fire. Has a man open at the 43. Gets up to the 46-yard line, close to the sticks, making that Mike Gunn making that reception.
So right on cue, Mike Gunn, we mentioned as a running back, but he also out at receiver a good chunk of the time as well. Looks like they're going to mark him just short. So call an 8-yard gain.
3rd down and less than 1 here. So 4 set receiver here for Thomas.
I like that, though, they find a way to get it to him. He's in the slot again on the short side of the field to Thomas's right.
Thomas back to pass. He's going to run the draw. He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. He's down the middle, and he breaks it. Braylon Thomas will score first tonight for the Union Scotties.
And why? Because it's a perfectly designed and perfectly called quarterback draw on that one. Because of the fact, Tim, the 2 middle linebackers came blitzing right up the gut. He let them go right on by, and boom, he's off to the races for a 54-yard score.
Yeah, it was set up perfectly for Thomas to run that draw, and once he broke containment of the line of scrimmage, it was just his speed and the goal line preventing him from the touchdown, and he made it. So we'll have the point after.
No, we won't.
No. We're going to have a stoppage in play.
Yeah, somebody moved on the Union O-line, so this will turn into a 25-yard extra point. Lucas Stanley to attempt it. It'll be Grayson Blakely holding, I believe it's Dane Jonke again, on the long snap duties. Again, by the way, for Union, that's the 7th rushing touchdown of the year for the quarterback, Braylon Thomas, and we're just a minute 6 into this game.
So Stanley, and a new look here for the Union this year.
Yeah, the extra points.
And it's going to be a little short, and it's going to land short of the goalpost, and it'll stay 6-0 Union. Let's take our first time out of tonight's ball game. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
And welcome back here to Laurel. 6-0 Union with the lead. They'll tee it up at the 40-yard line. They'll be kicking left to right on your devices. just underway here in the first quarter. And we'll have a Joseph's Marketplace Drive summary coming up right after this kickoff.
Hill Sodders amongst the deep men, staying at their own 15.
Picked up by a short guy at the 30. Brings it across the 40 and down close to the 45-yard line. That was Shearer on the return for the Spartans.
Yeah, you had some athletes who were the upbacks. It was Jonke who got it for Union and Shearer who got it there for the Laurel Spartans. That scoring drive, though, brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace. 3 plays, 64 yards, and the long third down touchdown run by Braylon Thomas. 54 yards, 1:06 off the clock. 6-0 Union with the lead.
Santini in the pistol. Looks like it's Ben Hennon dotting the I. He'll now move to the quarterback's right. And he'll hand it off, and Hennon goes right up the gut, crosses the 45, spins close to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, he gave Jamel Mitchell a bit of a ride there, but still picked up 3 or 4 yards. Mitchell Brown and Jordan Kelly on the defensive line. The linebackers are Stanley, Gianni Million, Andrew Cartwright, and Denon Bowen. In the secondary, Dane Jonke, Andrew Gettings, Grayson Blakely, and Mike Gunn. A 5-yard pickup for Hennon on first down.
So Santini in the shotgun, takes the handoff again, gives it to Hennon. Hennon's not going to get anywhere this way, and it'll bring up third down and about 5 coming up as Cartwright was there for the stop for Union.
Yeah, give him a gain of 1 as Cartwright made the tackle. Also a hockey player there, Andrew Cartwright. Plays for the Wilmington club team. You have a bunch of players from all over the county on both Wilmington and Neshannock for those. We'll hopefully have some PIHL action coming up later this year.
So Lucas Santini in shotgun. Hennon to his left. He's back to pass. He'll throw a quick out and almost picked off as he threw behind his intended receiver and Jackson Saunders.
Yeah, Saunders, it was a little bit behind him. That's when it was trying to get it rid quickly because there was a blitz coming on the far side. Maybe got it out right before Saunders could really turn his head and find it. And honestly, if that was Gettings, the cornerback, if he had had his head up a little bit sooner as well, he may have had a chance to pick it off.
Well, bring up fourth down and punting situation here for the Spartans.
It's going to be Gunn standing at his own 20 waiting for it. It looks like it's Santini,
but
it's
over his
wild.
head, and he'll go all the way back to the 20-yard line. Santini picks it up. He'll just fall down on it, and it's a huge special team play here for Union, and Santini may be hurt on the play as he went down to get the ball and was covered at the same time.
Yeah, to add insult to injury, it looked like he tried to get up and make the kick and then realized he had no chance to, just went down. And as he did, kind of looked like the leg may have buckled. Not sure if it was like as he was being hit or if that was the reason why he didn't even attempt to make the punt. So not what you need. Again, maybe you don't want to say it's good news that you have 2 quarterbacks for something like this, but you just don't want to see
experience in your backup.
Right, yes.
And that's what you're – and hopefully he'll be okay. Maybe –
well, he's getting right back up there.
So
good to see Santini make his way back up, but that's going to go down as a loss of 28. Yeah. It was from the 49 back to the 21, so that's a loss of 28 yards officially.
And that high snap. So Union, excellent field position just outside the red zone. So Braylon Thomas at quarterback. Waiting for the officials to give the signal to play in, and they do, and they'll send 4 receivers in pattern. Empty backfield here for Thomas. They'll bring 1 in motion. And it'll be Thomas again. He'll go to the edge on the left side, cut back, has room to the 10, just shy of the 10-yard line. But a nice pickup there by Braylon Thomas. And
yeah, good vision, good patience to wait for that block to develop, and they are going to move the chains, marking it at the 11. So a gain of 10 on first down. And yes, the the Scotties are in the red zone. Make sure you stop by the red zone. Up in Neshannock Township, Spirit Sales, great way to make money for your organization.
Thomas will take the snap. The sidecar to his right. 3 receivers set. He'll hand it off, and he'll go straight up the middle. Gain of few on the play as Cartwright running the ball.
That's only the 5th rush attempt of the year for Andrew Cartwright, but it gets a gain of 3.
And bring up 2nd down and 7. They can get a first down at the 1. So Union has an opportunity to take a commanding early lead in this ball game after the turnover on downs. Thomas again, empty backfield. He'll keep and go out to the left, and he'll run out of room as a bunch of Spartans are there for make the stop. Jack Miles leading the way there for the Spartans.
Yeah, leading the way of that's what you call gangrene right there, because there were about 8 bodies that were there to bring Thomas down for no gain. You'd like to think this is probably 4-down territory. I mean, yes, you have a kicker, but that kicker you saw is good from 20, but maybe not from 25.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. So they'll send 4 receivers in pattern. Thomas will have Cartwright in the backfield to his right. He'll roll right side. He's looking into the end zone. Has a man. It's gone. Touchdown. Simple as that. He rolls out to his right, and he finds Mike Gunn for the touchdown.
Yep, just found the spot in the back of the end zone. And the issue is the defensive back there has to make the choice. Is he going to go for the inside receiver who's going right along the goal line, or does he cover Gunn going to the corner? You know, either way, you have a man that was wide open. There were just too many bodies on the right side of the field than there were green jerseys to cover him. The 8-yard touchdown extends the Union lead.
All right, Blakely to hold, and Stanley to attempt the 2nd extra point of tonight's game.
Right now, Lucas is saying, don't move, please.
Here's the snap. As high snap, that kick is up and through. And it's a 13-0 lead here for Union with 7:28 to play here in the first quarter at Laurel. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
As we get ready for another line drive, short kick. You're going to be fielded at the 20. Brought across is the 35 up to the 40. Stays on his feet and is brought down there. And
look like Jordan Kelly, Andrew Thompson in there amongst the tacklers. Looks like Jaden Townsend also in there with the tacklers. Here's again another Joseph's Marketplace drive summary. 4 plays, 21 yards, the 8-yard touchdown pass from Braylon Thomas to Mike Gunn, making it 13-0. Make sure you check out the cafe and bakery section and place it to go order online. Go to josephsnc.com.
3 receivers set. Santini back in at quarterback, so not going to miss a play from that injury that he had on the punting situation.
Yeah, good to see.
Hand off to Hennon. Hennon will power forward for about a yard, and he'll bring up 2nd down and long coming up here for the Spartans.
Yeah, just kind of ran into a log jam there on the left side of the offensive line. Hey, we didn't get a chance to introduce our men in stripes. Todd Dubrock is our referee. The umpire, John Yerridge. We love John, right? Yeah, we love John Yerridge.
Yeah, why not?
Jason Cerrone is the head linesman. Bill Dadowski, the line judge. Kirk Neal, the field judge. And Brad Tokar is the side judge.
Again, Santini in the pistol. He'll move Hennon to his right. They'll bring Shearer in motion. They'll throw it in the backfield to Shearer on a backwards pass. Makes the catch, but he's going to be tackled for a loss as Blakely was there for the Scotties.
Oh, he read that one like a book. Saw the man in motion, and he just came running up. He saw that one on film and was able to make the stick. I mean, Shearer's lucky, honestly, that he held on to the football, because football got into his hands. Blakely didn't hit him much long after.
So a 3rd down and 13 coming up here for the Spartans.
We did say officially a backwards pass on that, correct?
Yes.
So 3-yard loss on the run, and now motion is going to move.
Run back another 5. We get a false start on the offense.
We're going to get some score updates coming in thanks to Something for Your Wall Photography. Neshannock on their first drive got down near the red zone, but Beaver Falls with the interception. We'll try to keep you updated on that one as much as we can, because that's a battle of number 3 versus number 5 in the WPIAL in terms of the Class 2A rankings with the Trib Live High School Sports Network. 3rd down and 18 now, Tim. And again, when you've only thrown for about 130 total yards on the year, not where you want to be if you're the men in green.
They're going to do a little handoff on the sweep, and Shearer's not going to go anywhere. Mitchell on the stop there for the Scotties.
And Jordan Brown then helps clean him up. But those 2 guys on the D-line fighting through and making the stick. Short gain, maybe a gain of 1 on that one for Shearer. But again, not fooled on those last 2 plays as they tried to get number 22 on the outside.
Yeah, and now here comes the situation. Last time they were in punting situation, they had to snap over Santini's head. So let's see how he's able to get this one.
Gunn and Thomas standing at their own 35-yard line awaiting the punt.
Much better snap this time. He puts his foot into it. A nice kick. It's going to bounce at the 40 and take a nice Spartan roll all the way down to the 26-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Union. This time starting at their own 26.
That's a 41-yard punt. While I have a moment, I want to give a shout-out to our friends at Penn Ohio Bottled Water, because, well, we're going to have each and every week, we're going to have the Penn Ohio Bottled Water preview show and a recap show as we take a look at the big games across the area. Give a shout-out to Penn Ohio Bottled Water. Make sure you give them a call for delivery of your 3- or 5-gallon water cooler systems, or get cases of bottles delivered straight to your door.
Union will send 4 in pattern, 2 left, 2 right. Shotgun here for Thomas. Thomas will roll to his left. He'll throw on the move. He'll complete it right at the sticks. And that'll be enough for a 1st down. And that was Mike Gunn on the reception. Nathan Hill on the stop there for the Spartans.
And that's a pass that's why that's so impressive, Tim. That's a pass that only Gunn can make the catch, low and away from the defender.
Again, Thomas going to reverse field. Look downfield. He'll fire on the move. Has a man wide open. Juggling catch and gets up to the 30 and steps out of bounds at the 32. Dane Jonke on the reception for the Scotties.
So 9 plus 18, that's a 27-yard pickup, and a good job, again, keeping the eyes down the field. Jonke finding his way open. May have turned his head too quickly, but watched it in the whole way, did Jonke, to make the catch.
Thomas back to pass again. He's under a little pressure. He'll fire, and this will be out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, again, looking for Jonke. Just ran out of real estate as he tried to tiptoe right in front of Mr. Darren Heberlin down on the sideline there.
Yeah.
He didn't flinch, by the way.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 coming up here for the Scotties.
Darren Heberlin, our sideline cam. Producing today is Josh Toman. Dom Summers helping out. And running our main cam today, I don't know, maybe you recognize the name, Kylie Frustorfer. From the state championship Union Scotty basketball team. That's the only state title in Union sports history.
Yeah, what an accomplishment. 4 receiver set here for Union.
Now, if only she could pass her trig test.
Well, that's up to you to make sure that happens.
I kid. I think she aced it.
Back to pass is Thomas. He'll roll back the other way. Finds Jonke juggling and drops the ball around the 17-yard line. But you got to give it up to Braylon Thomas. Rolled to his left, and it came back to his right. Found a receiver. Delivered the ball just a little low for Jonke, but got it to his receiver. And just unfortunately, Dane unable to bring it in.
Yeah, that's 2 on that play that he's come open very similarly. In the fact that Thomas extends the play, Jonky gets open down the near sideline. Both of them just really didn't look it all the way in. I think maybe thinking too much about turning and running before he is trying to haul it in. See if they go back to him on third down, 4-receiver set.
Guns the sidecar. He'll now go in motion to his left. Thomas on the draw. Thomas hits the speed. Gets to the 35, to the 20.
Still going.
Oh, keeps it going all the way down to the 15-yard line. It was McBride on the stop.
But that one comes down to the fact, again, they're expecting the blitz like they did on the last third down that he ran for the long touchdown. They didn't bring it this time. They kept everybody at home. It didn't matter. Even when you had somebody, he was on his back, he still kept the legs churning, just like you're taught. Keep him going. And with that, he gets his team down into the red zone.
So we're down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the moving clock here in the first. 13-0 Union with the lead, and they are back in the red zone. Braylon Thomas takes the snap. He'll hand off to Cartwright, goes left side, and he'll be brought down by Jack Miles.
Yeah, no gain as Miles came running up quickly from his linebacker position, one of the top tacklers on the team.
Voted the best in Lawrence County for uniform supply. That is the red zone. Find them on Wilmington Road in Neshannock.
Play number 8 of the drive coming up here, Tim. And right now, if you're Laurel already trailing 13-0, this is a must-stop situation, I think.
4 receiver sets, 3 to the short side of the field. That is the left side as they move left to right. Thomas takes the snap, rolls to the long side. He'll fire on the move, and he'll throw it incomplete, out of bounds. His intended receiver there was Jonky.
So Thomas completes his first 4 passes, but now misfires on the last 3, and that one is kind of more of a throwaway than anything, to be honest, because he saw tight coverage Santini in the hip pocket that time of the Union receiver.
So they'll bring up third down and long here for Union.
Well, Union 3 for 3 on third down so far here in this game, including a 3rd and 10 already here on the previous drive that led to the touchdown. See if they can do it again. A 3rd and 10. Can they punch it in the end zone?
Jonky's the receiver out to the left.
Looks like Cartwright in the slot with him. Actually, no, this is Gunn in the Wildcat.
And Gunn will take the snap. Gunn goes to the left side. Flag flies. Gunn's going to get into the end zone. But we may have this one coming back with an offensive penalty.
Yeah, I think you're going to get holding called as Gunn had the edge. Not sure the hold even needed to be made, but it just grabbing at the edge, keeping the defender inside long enough is what's going to push the Scotties back. It'll now be 3rd and 20, but a little bit of a wrinkle because you had Thomas lined up as the receiver.
Yeah. He was in the slot on the right-hand side.
Second penalty against the Scotties while they mark it off. I want to remind you, coming up at the half, we will have the LGKG halftime show. Let their law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers guide you through the legal process. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George keeping promises for nearly 90 years now.
3rd down and 20 now here for Union. So let's see what Coach Need comes up with this time. Jonky's the receiver out to the left. Thomas in the shotgun takes the snap. He will go to his right. Has a player breaking down the middle and throws for Gunn. Gunn jumps high and a jump ball comes down with it for the touchdown. Mike Gunn with the 2nd touchdown of the ball game.
He was fighting with Santini, and what a great job just to high point the ball, just throw it up, let your athlete make a play. I mean, Santini 5'11", Mike Gunn at 6 foot. It's basically an even, except for the fact that you got Mike Gunn who found it first, and the center fielder went up and made the snag.
Yeah, he did. He just actually put himself in position in front of the defender to come down with that. And now that will bring in Stanley for the point after. Here's the kick. It is going to be no good. So he'll miss 2 out of 3 here, and it's 19-0 Union here in the first quarter. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Yeah, we should be. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game.
Maley Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet. And filled it at the 25. Bring it up. He has room down the sideline to the 50 and brings it all the way across to the 45-yard line. And that was, I think, Colton Carlson on the carry, or I should say the return. And it'll be first down and 10 coming up here for Laurel.
We're good.
Santini still at quarterback.
But a big return, best field position of the day here for the Laurel Spartans. They need to capitalize right now.
Here's the snap. Hand off to Hannon. Hannon goes left side, has room, and gets up to the 40-yard line.
Best run of the day for Ben Hannon, a 7-yard pickup there on first down, Tim. And again, you need to exert your will. You're still in this game, still plenty of time left, but no need to panic. Play your game.
So here we go. Important second down here for the Spartans, trailing by 3 touchdowns. But they have the ball at the 38-yard line of Union. 1 receiver left, 1 right. Santini takes the snap. He'll keep. He'll move to his right, and he'll be gobbled up at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Here's the thing, though. Even though that's a no gain, that's a great play call for Laurel because, again, Santini's not your typical runner compared to Sodders. If you only run that quarterback draw when Sodders is in there, then it becomes so predictable. That's something that you can set up for plays down the stretch, that now all of a sudden you have the threat of the run. It should open up more opportunities to throw it with Santini as well.
3 receivers set, wing on the right. Santini in the pistol.
I like that, too. Don't let Union change. Get up to the line, see if you like it. Now they'll look to the sideline and make the switch in the play call.
Yep, they'll move the wing to the left-hand side. Santini hands off to Hannon. Hannon bowls forward, gets close to the sticks. I think he's going to have enough for the first down.
Yeah,
yes, he does.
Yeah, depend on the spot, but you're right. He does get it. He kind of bullied through a couple of different players. Yeah, it was Jordan Kelly and Gianni Millian, the two that he kind of went right between, the 2 freshmen, and needed 3 and picked up 3. First third down conversion and the first down of the game for the Spartans in the game.
All right, down to the last 44 seconds here of the first quarter. Santini looks over the defense. He'll have 3 receivers set. Wing on the left-hand side. Hannon, the sidecar to the left. Hannon gets the handoff. He's going to jiggerbug a little up for about 2-yard gain as Kelly was there again for the Scotties on the stop.
Yeah, you can give credit to one of his O-linemen for helping make the tackle. And Hennon, you might owe a steak dinner to whoever that was on the right side, whether it was Mahoney or Shevitz. He basically walked right over the back of his own offensive lineman saying, get out of my way, I got to get going. And we got to get going to a commercial break because that's the end of the first quarter, Tim.
That is. We've played one here in Laurel. It's 19-0 Union. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
You got some sounds of the Union High School marching band now as we get ready for quarter number 2 with a 19-0 lead for the Union Scotties. 19-0, the Scotties lead. Again, coming up at the half, we will have both teams, both schools' marching band performances in their entirety, thanks to the LGKG halftime show.
All right, we flipped fields and 12 minutes are on the clock. It's 2nd down and 8 from the 33-yard line here for the Spartans.
So a couple little victories. You got your first down in the game. You're still ahead of the chains after that 2-yard pickup as we get ready to start this second quarter. Everything's going to be 4-down territory, Tim, is really what it's going to turn into.
Yeah, there's no question about it. They have to take advantage of this opportunity to be on this side of the field against the Scotties here.
And Mr. Yerich just took a look back into his chest pocket, checked his numbers, and they had it down at the wrong yard line. So
they
got
made
it
the
fixed.
correction now.
Oh, we appreciate that. So gave me a copy of those, what they use to mark everything at the end of the quarter to make sure those sort of mistakes don't happen. So good job on them to get the problem fixed.
Santini takes the snap. He'll keep as he goes up the gut. He's going to gain at least 2, get close to the 30-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 5 coming up.
As Denon Bowen from the middle linebacker position helped usher him to the turf. But again, that's a good safe play call. And on that too, if you see right away there's a hole, give it to your guy who's got the speed and already moving forward. There wasn't much of one, so he pulls it out, and then Hennon acts as a lead blocker for your quarterback. So it's a variation of a wing T setup where the quarterback is just running, but you still have the threat of the running back getting the ball first.
3 receivers set. Hennon, the sidecar, moves to the left. Low snap, he'll throw on the slant, he'll complete it, gets it out to Saunders as he'll get the 1st down and more as he turns it upfield, gets close to the 10-yard line as Gettings is there for the stop.
Perfect, though, on the slant. I don't know, first off, though, how Santini got the ball through the big wickets of the 6'2+ Lucas Stanley coming up, spread eagle to try to knock it away, but somehow threads the needle, and that's another 3rd down conversion from Santini to Saunders.
So the ball at the 13-yard line, 1st down and 10, just under 11 minutes here to play in the second quarter. Handoff goes to Shearer. Shearer on the sweep as he is going to be stopped.
Guess who? Jamel Mitchell, the big lineman. He really forced that outside. He's not the one who made the big stick. It was Grayson Blakely who made the huge contact of it, but that's credit first to the defensive end, Mitchell, in extending that play outwards and waiting for the help to come.
So 2nd down and 8 coming up here for the Spartans.
I mean, this, again, what you want. This is the 8th play of the drive, and it's a drive that actually started in plus territory. I mean, you can't ask for much more than this.
Hennon in the backfield. They'll bring Shearer in motion, hand off to Hennon. He'll go left side, and he will be stopped at the line of scrimmage and pushed backwards by Mitchell again.
I meant to keep tabs on the number of tackles, and I did not. But that's at least probably the 4th or 5th time for sure that we have called his name as making
down
the tackle.
as a category you missed. That don't happen often.
No, not very. Yeah, loss of one, back to 3rd and 9 now.
3rd down and 9 here for the Spartans. They trail 19-0. 3 receivers set. Hennon in the backfield. He is to the right of Santini. Santini on a quick stop. Throws to the end zone corner for Saunders, and it's going to be just too far, incomplete.
And on that right there, again, I like the idea of the play call. You just ran the quick slant. It was kind of a sluggo, a slant and go towards the pylon. The issue was that ball thrown a little bit too flat. You got to give a little bit more arc is what they're probably going to tell Santini when they're looking at this in the film room, to give a chance for your guy to go run under it and to jump up and make the play. Throwing a little bit too much on a line, and Saunders couldn't catch up to it. Now it's 4th down and 9, and yes, the offense staying on the field.
Here we go, 4th down and 9. Can get a 1st down, also can get the touchdown on this play. We'll see how it goes. Back to pass, Santini throws it quick. Underneath, finds Saunders. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, check that. Making that play was Jack Miles, number 10, with the ball.
Oh, what a beautiful route design that is, though. The man in motion, Shearer, he's been going and getting like the handoffs or the backwards pass to the backfield. This time, at the snap, he's in motion. He cuts forward, and it turns into a pseudo rub route. Denenbowen guarding the H-back Miles, unable to get through the junk, and just enough room to get that touchdown from 14 yards out.
And now the point after attempt here for the Spartans. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is through.
And look at the crowd excitement as Maya Jarrett puts it through the uprights.
So Maya Jarrett gets on the scoreboard, and it's 19-7 with 9:19 here to play in the second. We're going to take this timeout. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by Hellcat.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
Hey. Let's see. Come on in, let's go. Yeah!
Laurel teachers support all of our athletes
On
and off the field.
All right, okay.
As we get ready, Maya will tee the ball up at the 40-yard line. And coming up after this kick will be the Joseph's Marcus Place Drive summary. Check out the cafe or bakery sections. Go place a to-go order online at josephsnc.com.
10 plays, 45 yards, and 5.5 minutes off of the clock. Just what the doctor ordered, and Maya Jarrett point after leads to this pooch kick. A little short one. How about that? Good job to get it between the legs, really, on that catch. That was Anthony Roper making the catch.
So Union will take over at their own 38-yard line.
So now the offense has done their job here, Tim. Now it's time for the defense. They've been hit 3 times for touchdown drives. Can they make the defensive stop and keep this game close for a little bit longer?
9:18 here to play. Yeah, that was a patent Spartan drive there, as you mentioned. 9 plays, I believe, or 8 plays?
10.
10 plays.
Yeah, the fourth down conversion to put it in the end zone is what was the 10th play of the drive.
Thomas back to pass. He'll look right. He's going to roll that way. He'll fire. He has a man open. It looks to be, I think, Jonke. I'm not 100% sure. It is Blakely on the catch, and he'll get across the 50.
Yeah, Ben Hennon ended up making the tackle. A flag thrown down the field. Right now it's about a 15-yard pickup. I have a feeling this is going to turn into like a 13-yard catch and then the spot foul, that we all dread, especially our stat keepers. And, yeah, a block in the back afterwards. So that'll go down, based on where they marked the flag, that'll go down as a 14-yard catch and then the 10-yard block in the back penalty.
So it'll be first down and 10 from where they marked the ball.
First and 6.
First and 6.
Yes, because it was 4 yards past the sticks where they marked it from. Then they'll move it back. Because it was a downfield penalty, that's still a spot foul. Remember, anything behind the line of scrimmage, the new rule this year is it goes back to the previous line. But something down the field like that, everything counts for the play, except then you have the penalty.
So first down and 6 coming up here for Union.
Your typical first and 6.
Yeah. One of those everyone loves. They'll bring one in motion. And Thomas will keep. Or excuse me, that's Gunn behind taking that snap. Gunn makes a move. Gunn gets forward, across the 50 up to the 49-yard line, picking up the first down. You got to like it. McBride was on the stop, but Gunn made a little stop and go in the backfield. And once he got a little gap, he took full advantage of it. In one step, he was full speed.
Well, one of our works in progress keys to the game was Guns N' Roses show. I mean, that was more like a Houdini show than anything. I don't know how he got out of that tackle, but he slipped, like you said, kind of did a little stutter step, stepped out of that tackle, and did enough to fight forward across midfield and move the chains.
5 receivers set here for Union. Empty backfield for Thomas. Ball at the 48-yard line. Thomas going to bounce back outside. He's in trouble, and he's trying to stay on his feet. He avoids a couple, but he's going to go backwards and down at the 38-yard line. Big defense there.
And Kennan finally brought him down in the end. But, I mean, again, the Houdini act once, twice, even a third time, but the counterpart to that is you try to make the big play. Sometimes it ends up coming back to bite you, and that's what's going to happen there because you just lost 13 yards, and now it's going to be second down and long.
Second down and let's say about
should be 23. Yeah.
Yeah.
5 carries for 81 yards before that. That one's going to hurt the average for Thomas. He sends Gunn to the right now on second and long.
So Thomas looks over to defense on second down and long. He looks right, now looks back left. Looking downfield, he's going to throw it deep, has a man deep, and it's Gunn again, no, incomplete. Gunn had a step, got a hand on the ball, but couldn't quite bring it in.
Yeah, just in and out of the hands at the last second, and that was like a backyard football game because no one was open, but Thomas had plenty of time, and you could see he's kind of on the same page. He gave a little flick of the football up.
Go down, go deep.
And that's what Gunn did, and a beautifully thrown ball, just could not quite haul it in. Credit on the defense, too. I believe it was Nathan Hill who was running there with Gunn the whole way. May have gotten a hand in there late to knock it away.
Junky's the solo receiver down here on the left side.
But now, because you didn't pick up any yards, it's 3rd and 23.
And he'll throw over for Junky again. Junky just a little too far. It'll fall incomplete.
Oh, he had a step. He was behind the defenders there, Tim. Had a step, and just the ball sailed just a bit out of his range. But, hey, you're Laurel. You did the job. You finally got the stop you needed. This is the first time you'll see the Union punting team on the field.
How impressive is that? Because you just went on that long drive and scored, and then get a 3 and out, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah, Union did get a first down in there, but you get the long loss of yards, and frankly, you're punting it at the same spot where they received the kickoff. It is Thomas to punt. You always got to keep your eyes on that.
There's no one back here for the Spartans.
Well, they don't trust that this isn't a.
Yeah, we're going to let this one see if he snaps it. They do. He will kick it away, and nobody's back, so this will be an excellent punt here for Thomas. He'll roll inside the 10-yard line and come down at the 9. Wow.
52 yards. 52-yard punt there, Tim, with 6:46 remaining in the first half. Well, we have a moment. We got to give a shout out because we have a new award starting. We have the LCAP Team of the Month Award. Nominations can now be made if you go to lcsportsnet.com. At the top, you can click on awards and you can nominate somebody for the LCAP Team of the Month Award. Give a shout out to the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership, their Head Start and PK Counts program, I'll get it right eventually, where children under the age of 5 can receive free or reduced child care services up to the age of 5 years old. You can vote right now, or you can throw the nominations in, I should say, for the LCAP Team of the Month. Also for the LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. More on that later.
Back to pass to Santini. He'll throw it out wide. He'll complete it. And he'll get it close out to the 20-yard line. I'll be up close for a first down.
That's Carlson, I believe, on the catch out to the 19-yard line. And right at the sticks, looks like they will move the chains.
So first down and 10, ball at the 19 officially. Santini looks over to defense, gives it to Hennon. Hennon is going to be met there in the backfield and dragged down. Making that play was Jamel Mitchell again.
So can we say unofficially now 6?
Yeah, that sounds about good. And he'll.
I don't know if you're able to pick it up on the PA, but Jamel Mitchell made a tackle, and according to our PA announcer, did not need help in making the tackle for a loss of 2.
So second down and 12 coming up here for Laurel. We're down under 5 minutes, 45 seconds on a moving clock here in the second quarter. Santini takes the snap, hand off to Hannon. Hannon has room.
Watch out.
He's going to go. Oh, my. Ben Hennon down the sidelines. He's going to cut back. He's trying to get down, get caught at the 20-yard line. But what a play there by Ben Hennon.
Thomas brought him back in, and I think Cartwright finally made the stop. But that's going to be a huge gain down close to the red zone. That's a gain of 33 plus 29. That's a 62-yard gain. And that's one of the few times that you've seen the linebackers get caught inside, Tim, and the defensive backs looking the other way. Zero coverage, no safety up there. You get past the first level, boom, you're off to the races. And if not for the speedy Braylon Thomas having to make him cut back, he probably had reservations for 6.
He really had an opportunity, but needless to say, huge play there for the Spartans as we approach 5 minutes on the play or the time clock here in the second quarter. Santini takes the snap, gives it to Hannon. Hannon going to bounce outside to the left, and he'll be caught from behind. Making that play was
Denon Bowen.
Denon Bowen, yes.
Yeah, 55 coming through, and that's another case where really nowhere to go up the middle, kind of ran into the back of his own lineman. Good job to try to cut it outside, but with a head of steam, Denon Bowen makes the stop. How about this? Denon Bowen didn't play football last year. First time he didn't play in a long time. Comes back for his senior year, immediately becomes one of the senior leaders, especially on the offensive line. And with that, too, he's the center, much better than his cousin was last year, Mason Benedict. Much better than Mason.
Here's the snap. And it's going to be Santini going forward as he gets across the 20 down to about the 19-yard line.
Cartwright again making the stop. And that's a good job on the zone read, reading what the defenders are doing, keeping it himself, pulling it out of the belly, and running it himself. Again, we talked about, the two S's, Santini and Sodders. Can they go and step in? Well, we've seen just Santini, and he's kind of running both roles very well here tonight. A good pickup of 4 makes this a very manageable third down.
Lucas Santini, a 5'11", quarterback here for the Spartans, will take the snap in the pistol. Hand it off to Hannon. Hannon goes forward. He's going to get about a yard. Bring up 4th down and about 4.5 coming their way.
It looked like Bowen again getting a piece of him. Johnny Million also in there. And no gain, maybe a gain of a half yard. It's going to be 4th down and 5. If you're Laurel here, I'm saying, hey, let's go try that hard count a couple of times. See if we can get the free first down here.
Three receivers set on 4th down. Santini did go for the hard count.
I figured they would do it once. Now they're going to check the play. Now they see if you go back and if you give the hard count one more time.
They do have timeouts, so it's not a problem if they try to get down under 4 seconds here. I think they're going to use the timeout here.
Yeah, they're going to call a Pontius Insurance timeout. Make sure you take the timeout and save money on your insurance when you have agents Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, or Chasey Giddings. Give them a call to get started on your home, auto, business, or life insurance. While we have a moment, Tim, again, I want to give a big shout-out to our friends at Penn Ohio Bottled Water, because those preview shows that they help deliver each and every week are just absolutely awesome.
Oh, there's no question. That gives a lot of information, and it a preview of upcoming games across the county. Each week, you can tune into SC SportsNet's preview show, delivered by Penn Ohio Bottled Water. Call Penn Ohio Bottled Water for delivery of your 3 or 5 gallon water cooler, or get a cases of bottled water delivered to your home or work.
Got some scores going to be flashing across the bottom line there. If you have any, please send them in to us on Twitter, Instagram, LC SportsNet. Right now, how about this? Pat Ardro for Neshannock at pick 6. Neshannock leading 14-6 over Beaver Falls down at the home of the Tigers. That's a big one there. This is a big 4th down play, 4th and 5 coming up for the Spartans.
Here we go, Santini in pistol. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to fire, and it's going to be knocked down by Mike Gunn coming across.
Yeah, Gunn in the coverage, but all credit to Johnny Million, the freshman coming off the edge. Blindside blitz, basically, and Santini paid the price. And because of that blitz coming, you knew the ball would be taken out of the hands quickly. Gunn knew it, was expecting the slant, got the slant, and knocked it away. That's a big Union defensive stand now, and a Medora Bonner Law change in possession.
And with that, it'll be 1st down and 10 here for Union, as they'll take over at the 16-yard line. with 2:48 remaining here before half.
Starting at their own 16-yard line, how safe or how dangerous will you be?
They're going to go deep over the middle, and he leads him a little too far. He had a man open. I believe that was Cartwright.
It was, and that's one that I think both of them are going to look back at it, and they're both going to want it back because Cartwright kind of settled down thinking it was more of a zone. On the other end, it looked like Thomas tried to lead him a little bit more, just not quite on the same page, and that could have been a huge gain. Instead, no gain. And with that, hey, we got another something for your wall photography score update. It's now 20-6, Neshannock on top. Big score there. We'll have to see if we got anything from the Moan crew out in Bessemer.
3 receiver set here for Union. They'll bring one in motion. And it's going to be Thomas on the keeper. Thomas cuts back, gets across the 20, up to about the 22-yard line. And they'll bring up 3rd down as O'Brien is on the stop there for the Spartans. Remember, the halftime show coming up is the LGKG halftime show. Your insurance company is not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Garbert, Kelly, and George Ard. Visit them online at lgkg.com for a free consultation.
That's a good play call there, though, too, because it makes it 3rd down and very manageable, 3rd and 3. And really what you can do for the rest of the drive is all dependent on what you do right here. You got 3 timeouts left, 3rd and 3 with about 2 minutes remaining when you snap this ball. Everything's kind of wide open in terms of what you want to do.
Empty backfield here for Thomas.
No, it's Gunn.
Or it is Gunn, isn't it? Yes, Gunn will keep. Gunn will get close to the 27-yard line. That's enough for the 1st down, and it'll be 1st down and 10 as Jack Miles was on the stop there for the Spartans.
Now, we saw a lot of this, though, as the clock stops momentarily with 1:47 remaining. Now it's going to restart when they set the chains. Now it's rolling again at 1:43, 1:42. They've practiced this hurry up a lot. They expected to use it a lot, and now they're ready for it.
Thomas on the move, fires, completes it to Mike Gunn for another 1st down at the 40-yard line.
And again, a safe route. You had the streak going down the far sideline. That cleared open some space to get that 12-yard pickup, and right back up to the line they go.
We're down to 90 seconds here in the 1st half. Thomas checks the defense, and we're going to whistle and a timeout. A timeout taken here by the Spartans. So that Pontius Insurance timeout with 1:26 remaining here in the 4th.
Well, it gives us a chance to again remind you, though, about the LGKG Player Athlete of the Month coming up. You can nominate a male and female athlete of the month. We will take those nominations through the end of September here, and then on probably, we'll say probably with an asterisk, October 2nd, that's a Monday, we will announce our first LGKG male and female athlete of the month. So it's not voting online. You are presenting nominations. Don't go and try to nominate one player 75 times thinking that you're going to get a lot of votes. We just need one nomination for them to be eligible. The LC SportsNet crew is going to then come together, discuss, and we will come up with who our male and female athlete of the month is, as well as our LCAP Team of the Month award. And again, we'll announce all those in that first week of October.
And just to remind everybody about Creative Edge, where design and construction comes together with experience. Fully licensed insured architect with construction management service, schematic and construction documents, permits, construction management to meet all your building project needs.
So 1 timeout remaining for the Spartans. 1:26 on the clock, and still all 3 timeouts remaining for Union. Playbook's wide open to do whatever you want still.
1st down and 10 here for Thomas. He's looking right. He's going to roll that way. He's going to keep, gets to the edge, and gets out of bounds, stopping the clock after a short gain with 1:20 here on the time clock.
And again, that's probably one that he could go get 3 or 4 more yards, but then you risk not getting out of bounds. Yes, he only ends up getting a 1-yard gain, but getting out of bounds is much more important than the 1 or 2 yard officially pickup.
2nd down and 8 coming up here for Union. And remember, at halftime, we'll have the announcement of the homecoming queen here for Laurel.
We'll have that full front and center for you on your LGKG halftime show.
Thomas will take the snap. High snap, hands it with one hand. rolls out. He's going to reverse field. He's in trouble. He's going to go down at the 40-yard line, a loss of 2.
The freshman, Alex Medved, is going to make the stop, and with that, a timeout called by Union. The freshman making the sack. You know what? That's going to be part of our newbie of the game, Health and Motion Physical Therapy. Newbie technology out there. It's the next generation of physical therapy. Health and Motion is the only PT clinic in Lawrence County using newbie simulator technology. Their motto is get better, faster, reduce your time on the sideline by up to 70%. Visit Health in Motion Newcastle on Facebook for more information. Your freshman getting it done there, the newbie of the game.
So a 3rd down and long coming up here for Union with 1:09 remaining here in the first half. They'll snap it from their own 40-yard line.
Hey, while we have a moment, I want to give a shout out. Mark and Sally from Wales are currently watching this game right now. They're going to get some first-hand experience tonight watching of Lawrence County football. They're going to get a real show tomorrow, team. You know where they're going? They're going to go hang out with 110,000 of their best friends all wearing white tomorrow night. Out in Happy Valley, the annual whiteout game between Penn State and Iowa.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That'll be a fun show.
Yeah. They know a little bit thing about football over in Wales.
They certainly know a few things about football here. Different kind of football out in Wales.
Yes.
Definitely a lot of football here, though, between the Spartans and the Scotties.
Here's the snap. Back to pass. Thomas looking. He's going to fire out wide. He finds Jonke. Jonke's going to make the catch, and he goes down at the 47-yard line. As making that stop was Lucas Santini.
And a good job. Santini gave plenty of room. And why did they stop the clock? Did Union call timeout?
I thought they called time. Maybe not.
And
yeah, that's what.
Yeah, and even Coach Nee on the far sideline is asking the same thing. Why was the clock not running?
Yeah, they don't want to leave time on the clock if they have to punt the ball.
So a 7-yard completion to Jonke, but to go back on the defensive play, Santini was playing basically, no one gets by me, let him make the catch, and then come flying up and make the stop. That was a big play and a great play by number 4 there.
They're going to let the clock wind down and take the timeout. We're down to 6 seconds on the play clock, down to 30 on the time clock.
Coach Needball, though, is giving the business on the far sideline because there should be another probably 10, 15 seconds off the
that clock. Yeah, it was a stoppage. Someone thought there was timeout called, and it wasn't.
Or thought that there was a first down, and that's why they stopped the clock. But they stopped the clock and got the ball set like it was a first down. Instead, now they have to – well, they were going to anyway, but that is the second Pontius Insurance timeout. And now here's the question. Yes, you're leading 19-7. You have the team on the other side who really doesn't have a quick strike capability. Do you think about going for this right now, Tim?
I was thinking the same thing. I mean, obviously what you could do here, and I don't know what Coach Nee – we know he has a lot of things up his sleeve.
Well, yes.
We've seen him do that. But do you put – Thomas in a short punt snap situation, maybe 7-8 yards off the play, and see if he just visually sees something and he wants to run with the ball, or if not, just take one step and punt the ball away because they probably will have nobody back like they did the last time.
And yeah, that's the beauty of having the quarterback as your punter, right?
Exactly. And we'll see what they choose to do. That wouldn't be, well, look at this. We're going to have like a swinging gate way out to the right side as the Gunners.
And Laurel's not taking any chances. They're not putting anybody deep yet again.
And they're going to roll him out, and he'll just punt the ball away.
You're used to that
on the rugby-style kick.
I can say used to that out in Wales there too, aren't you?
And the ball's going to come down to the 17-yard line with 12 seconds remaining here in the half.
So a 30-yard punt that time, and with 12 seconds remaining, Laurel will likely just go to the halftime break, but same thing. You already broke one big run. Maybe you do try to run it up the middle and see if something magical can happen.
Yeah, you got to try something. I mean, even if you're just handing it off, as you mentioned, to Ben Hennon, you're going to have that opportunity. We've seen him already break one. So it was an opportunity here to see what they can do. I'm not sure they'll throw the ball, but then again, that's probably the surprise if they do try it.
Now they're going to go victory formation.
They look like they're going to take a knee and genuflect and get to halftime.
Again, we'll have the full Laurel and Union Marching Band halftime shows when we return, but it is halftime, Tim.
We are at halftime here at Laurel. The Laurel announcement of tonight's homecoming queen coming up. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
You are now tuned into the Luxembourg, Garvin, Kelly, and George halftime show on the Lawrence County SportsNet, featuring performances by your marching bands and recapping the action from the first half of the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, now taking the field for tonight's halftime performance is the Union Area Scottie Marching Band. How many songs can you name that have a color in the title? Yellow Submarine by the Beatles, AC/DC's Back in Black,
versus Purple Rain, or how about Black and Yellow by Wiz Khalifa? Tonight, our band is getting colorful by playing songs with a color in their title. 99 Red Balloons by Nina, Blue Suede Shoes by Carl Perkins, and Black or White by Michael Jackson. There's an old joke that goes, what's black and blue and red all over? Well, tonight, the answer is the Union Scottie Marching Band. Drum major senior Elliot Laskuka and sophomore Charlotte Durallo. Is your band ready? We open our show with the 1983 German hit, 99 Luft Balloons, which was later re-recorded in English as 99 Red Balloons by the artist Nina. Our version features a trumpet solo by our rookie 7th grader, A.J. Culkin. In 1955, songwriter and guitarist Carl Perkins wrote Blue Suede Shoes, a song that many consider one of the first rockabilly songs ever written. Perkins incorporated musical elements of the blues, country, and the new popular rock and roll music into this catchy tune. The song was such a hit that Elvis Presley covered it barely a year later as the opening track on his first album. The band's version of Blue Suede Shoes honors the original author's legacy by adding an electric guitar solo played by drum major Elliot Laskuka. You can do anything you want, but lay off my blue suede shoes.
Black or White is a 90s hit from the king of pop, Michael Jackson. The song, which took over a staggering 18 months to write, instantly became one of the fastest chart-topping songs of all time. An estimated 500 million people tuned in to watch the premiere of the music video when it was released in 1991. This infectiously energetic piece closes out our colorful show. Please enjoy Black or White.
School marching band under the direction of Mr. Devin Householder, giving you some colors. Elliot Laskuka, Charlotte Duralu, your drum majors, skooks as they call them, giving you some nice guitar solo. And I'm going to make fun of her. She's right here. She can hear me. That's the distinguished young woman for the state of Pennsylvania, Allie Ross, on the PA system. Now getting all embarrassed because I love to embarrass Miss Allie Ross, because why wouldn't we? I'm also supposed to say, Andrew, welcome back onto the field. And we're also going to say we hope Kaylee Craig will be back on the field, as she was unfortunately injured during the band festival on Wednesday night. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you check out the archive for that one. Right now, though, we're going to go and send it back to our PA announcer, because we're going to have the crowning of the Queen here soon.
And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. Drum roll, please. The homecoming queen for 2023 is Miss Addison Dio. Congratulations, Addison. The Laurel sophomore class and its advisors, Mrs. Lauren Heights and Mrs. Jenna Burks, wish to express thanks to the administration and to the Laurel faculty, especially Mrs. Jessica Miles, Mrs. Patty Miles, and Mr. Jake Holzhauser. Also, Mr. Ed Novad and the custodial staff, Park Studio, New Leaf Florist, and the owners and drivers of the car for their contributions to making our homecoming celebration a success. I would also give a special thanks to Abby Richards for helping me out with the court announcements earlier this evening. Congratulations, Addison. am proud to introduce the 2023 Laurel Spartan Marching Band. Drum major, Who Run the World? That's drum major Anna McCosby. Tonight, our performance celebrates Ladies of Pop. We begin with the 2019 Grammy-winning Song of the Year by Billie Eilish, Bad Guy. The Spartan Color Guard is featured in the Taylor Swift tune, I Knew You Were Trouble, which will also highlight a trumpet solo by Amy Chrysley, Jonah Gilmore, and Landon Michaels. What's Wrong with Being Confident? Our next song, featuring our SpartNet dance line, was released in 2015 by Demi Lovato. We wrap up our celebration of ladies in pop with the Spice Girls classic Wannabe, featuring the Spartan Drumline. Thank you for acknowledging the efforts of these dedicated young men and women. Our marching band is under the direction of Mr. Scott Boyer. Percussion instructor and assistant band director is Mr. Josh
Director
Francis.
Scott Boyer. The ladies of pop, Sydney Alfera in the homecoming garb. So Anna McCosby, the drum major, out there for the Spartan marching band. We'll get you your first half recap, some stats, and get you ready for the second half. This is the LGKG halftime show here at lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP.
You've been watching the Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George Halftime Show, presented by the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George, serving the Newcastle area for 90 years. Be sure to stay tuned to the Lawrence County SportsNet for third quarter action coming up after this message from our sponsors.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
And welcome back here to Laurel as we are at the halftime show, brought to you by LGKG. Let the law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers guide your way through the legal process. Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George, keeping promises for over 80 years. And we got quite highly entertained there by the two bands. And our announcement of the homecoming queen here for Laurel.
Yeah, congratulations again to Addie Deal as your 2023 Laurel Spartan homecoming queen. Congrats to her and congrats to the entire court. We're going to have a homecoming announcement as well coming from Mohawk. That halftime score 35-0 over New Brighton. Here's the surpriser one, though, as we're going to get some more scores coming across your bottom line here in a moment. That you have an 8-0 lead for Shenango over ranked Rochester at the half. A big-time surprise is undefeated Rochester taking on a banged-up Shenango team, but Shenango their own
hanging in there good,
hanging in there and having an 8-point advantage here at the halftime break. Tim, let's look at a couple of the first half stats. First off, just total yards. Union almost doubling up Laurel. 180 yards for Union, 94 for the Spartans. But how about this? Of the 94, 77 of them came on one play. That 77-yard, or I'm sorry, the 62-yard run. 62 of the 94 came on that one run for Ben Hennon. I mean, there was also a 28-yard loss on a bad punt snap, so that kind of goes into the yardage tally as well. Thomas with 87 passing, 75 rushing yards. He's got all 3 touchdowns for the Scotties. 2 touchdown catches for Mike Gunn. On the other side, Ben Hennon leading the way with 76 yards on the ground. Jack Miles caught a 14-yard touchdown pass from Luca Santini. He's got 41 passing yards, 3 for 5 throwing the football in the first half, and neither team has turned over the ball. That's a big part of this game, and why, with Laurel getting the ball to start the second half, very possibly, that early turnover in the second half, one way or the other, could loom large in either direction. But Laurel hanging tough against the much more experienced and senior-laden Union Scotties team.
And FHS is proud to offer over 100 high school broadcasts on lcsportsnet.com to watch them live or archive for free. However, come playoff time, that will not be the case. Video broadcasts of the WPIAL postseason games are now exclusively on the NFHS network, so it's behind a paywall.
Yeah, we'll get more into that as we're ready for this second half.
And the kick will be a short kick, pilled at the 30 as a move the pile forward.
Jack
nice.
Miles.
Yeah,
wow,
I was going to say Jack
no
Miles just put his head down and take it another 7 yards.
You know what Jack Miles is saying? He's saying, please, sponsors, come out and get us some money so that we can get some at least audio coverage for free out there during playoff time, because we want to hear you talking about hitting the boom like that one right there. So, yes, we're hoping we can still get audio coverage for you guys to listen to for free. But if you want to watch, you're going to have to pay with the NFHS paywall. And how about this? Million making the tackle, Johnny Million, shaking that right arm. He's actually going to come out for this first down play as he took the brunt of that hit there on the return from Miles.
So Santini in the pistol with Hennon behind him. Wing to the right side. Now Hennon moves to the right. He'll take the handoff and he'll move left and get up to the 45-yard line. He'll pick up a yard on the play and bring up 2nd down and 9 coming up here for the Spartans.
Yeah, Cartwright hanging on the back of the jersey to make the tackle for a short gain of just 1. We'll take a look at the Doran Concrete starting lineups again. No one else you want to lay the foundation for your business. Laying down the foundation for the Spartans tonight, O'Brien, Wilson, Iorio, Mahoney, and Shevitz on that offensive line. Pickup of 1 on first down. You'll see Hennon, Miles, McBride, Sauter, Smith, and Shearer getting the bulk of the carries throughout the course of the contest, with Santini at QB.
Santini takes the snap. He'll fire across the middle, has a man open. He connects as they bring it down. I believe that was Shearer on the reception as he gets it across close to the 30-yard line. It was Jonke on the stop there for the Union, but this is exactly what the Spartans needed coming out of halftime. A nice big drive here, getting into deep in the Scotties territory.
I got that as a gain of 25 yards for Tyler Shearer on that completion. And again, you have to commit so many bodies up to the run. Then you can go and do passes, and then that gets more room like here. Blakely makes the tackle, but not until Hennon's into the secondary for another 7-yard gain there,
Yeah,
Tim.
Blakely makes the stop, but 7 yards after the line of scrimmage run there by the running back in Ben Hennon.
But that's why you need to have that threat of the pass, and they haven't had a whole lot of it this year. But, again, coming into this game, a total of 130-some passing yards. I'll get the official number here in a second. 135 on the year. Guess what? Santini has 66 tonight so far.
And we've seen him at quarterbacks exclusively here so far tonight. And he'll run the keeper. And he'll run into a pile there for the
Jamel Mitchell.
Jamel Mitchell, yeah.
I mean, shocker. I mean,
it's just clogging up the middle.
At least 7 or 8 tackles now on the evening. 3rd down and 2, and I like this quickly up to the line. High formation, though.
To Hannon, he'll break through. He has room. Cross the 15, down to the 12-yard line.
Gain of 10, and Spartans in the red zone net again. How about this? The 3rd down conversions now, Tim, at 3 for 7 on the night for the Spartans, but they've been crucial 3rd down conversions, extending drives. They also have a 4th down conversion in the game.
So 1st down and 10, ball at the 12-yard line. Down to 9 minutes, 30 seconds to play here in the 3rd. This is the opening drive of the 3rd quarter here for the Spartans. Hennon to the right of Santini. He'll take the handoff. He'll go up the middle. He'll weave his way through, gets across the 10-yard line. He's going to pick up a hard 3 yards there.
I have a feeling Coach Cooper and his staff in the locker room, they challenged this young offensive line.
I was just thinking that. The same thing.
Because they've come out and they have moved the Union D-line on just about every single play. Now, there have been a couple that, you've got a linebacker coming in and making a stop, or Jamel Mitchell just being Jamel Mitchell. But for the most part on this opening drive, now on the 7th play of the drive, they have asserted their will.
Handing to the right of Santini. He'll keep on the keeper, and he'll get gain about 3, down close to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, give him official a gain of 2 before he was dragged down by one of the Scotty defenders. Mark it at the 7. 3rd down, already 3.5 minutes off the clock here in this 3rd quarter. This is a great opening drive, exactly what you're looking for, but you got to punch it in. You got to punch it in.
See if they can get that classic Spartan drive here that ends in a touchdown. 3rd down and 5, ball on the 6-yard line. Heading in the backfield, he'll dot the I behind the quarterback. Santini, now he'll move him to the left in the backfield. He'll throw to the corner and tipped away. And it'll bring up 4th down and 5.
Yeah, another quick slant. They were looking for Miles basically right at the top of the A, but Mike Gunn got the big fingertips on it. Big stop there, but 4th down, and they're going to keep the offense out on the field. You can get a 1st down. It's marked at the 7. Need to get inside the 2 if you're the Spartans to convert and get a huge Castle conversion in the red zone.
So, very much one of the big plays of tonight's ball game coming up right now. 4th down and 5, ball at the 6.
Got 2 receivers bunched to the right, and Union's not sure what to do with them.
Low snap picked up there by, we're going to have a false start, so that's not even going to count. That's going to cost them 5 yards.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting now what type of play call they make on 4th down and 10 coming up instead of 4th down and 5. You know they're going to have to go for it. However,
the penalty may have just saved Laurel, though, because that bad snap was throwing the whole timing off. That looked like it was going to be the same route combination where they scored the 4th down touchdown earlier in the game, where they had Shearer kind of on a rub route, and they found Miles going to the pylon, the front pylon. Now 4th and 10. I guess the other good news, you're down near the end zone. Sometimes they say, hey, if you get a little more space, that can end up working in your favor. We'll find out.
We'll see if they try to do a jump ball type scenario.
And again, they're going to stack the 2 receivers to the right, and Sauter's the only receiver to the left.
We'll bring one in motion. Back to passes, Santini. He'll throw underneath. They're going to complete it. He's going to be short of the 1st down. He'll be tackled at the 5. And that was Miles, I believe, on the catch.
It was, and he didn't get enough. Only got 7 on that completion. And Blakely makes the tackle, but I'm going to give all credit in the world. I'm going to go and watch the replay and confirm. I believe it was on the defensive end. I think it was either Jordan Brown or Jordan Kelly. It was one of the 2 Jordans. You know how you chip sometimes as a blocker? They chipped on the tight end going the other way. The defensive end chipped out on Miles, knowing he was going to go out in the pattern, threw off the timing just enough that allowed Blakely to come up and make the tackle. That's a nominee for your Maley Chiropractic play of the game, and it's not for one that you would expect. It's a turnover on downs.
So 4 receivers set here on 1st down for Union as they take over on downs at their own 5. And Thomas will keep. Thomas is going to get nothing on the play. He may have lost actually a half yard. We'll just call it 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Thomas now 10 carries for 75 yards to lead the way, also 87 yards through the air. Mike Gunn, 2 touchdown receptions. He now has 53 total yards on the day, both rushing and receiving. That was one of our works in progress keys to the game, was the Guns N' Roses show. Can you get Mike Gunn the football a little bit more and let him do his thing? Well, I think Union's done that pretty successfully. Only 6 touches, but quality touches leading to scores.
Yeah.
Got to hurry up. Down to 6 on the play clock here, though, as Gunn gets set on the right slot.
Down to 3. He gets the snap off. Thomas is going to keep. Gets to the edge. Has room. Goes up the sidelines and gets knocked out of bounds close to the sticks, just shy of the 1st down. Making that play was O'Brien for the defense. with 6:57 remaining here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think Miles also helped usher him out of bounds. It's going to be third down and about 3 to go. That was almost like a no-look handle of the snap. Did you see that?
For some reason, anytime I see something athletic from Braylon Thomas, I'm not shocked anymore.
First time we've seen Lucas Stanley in there on offense. Not as the quarterback, though. He's going to be in the slot to the right, and it looks like they're going to go again empty backfield.
And I believe that is Gunn.
It is.
In shotgun. Gunn takes a snap, loses the ball. It's loose, and the Spartans are going to recover inside the 5.
I believe it's Braden Smith who's falling on it. There's your first Medore Bonner Law change in possession.
It was Braden Smith, number 2.
And right after we just said how Thomas kind of did a no-look and was like looking to run before having the football, that's exactly what Gunn just did. Too excited to get running up forward, loses the ball, goes right through the wickets, and it's going to be first and goal at the 2-yard line.
So Ponchos, excuse me,
we have a
go ahead.
Medore Bonner Law change in possession. Visit them online, MedoreBonnerLaw.com. See how they can serve you.
And we're in the red zone. Make sure to stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road in Shannon for all your county sports needs. And there's the touchdown.
Yeah, it's not a red zone. It's now in the end zone as Lucas Santini powers forward for the quarterback sneak from 2 yards out. And just like that, folks, we got a one-possession game.
Yes. That's what you wanted to see. So the Spartans turning things around here, scoring 13 unanswered, looking for their 14th point here with Maya kicking the extra point.
Maya Jarrett, not on the original roster. The sophomore going to line it back up and look for the Castle Asphalt conversion.
The right footer puts it up and throw for her second PAT.
The Castle Asphalt conversion. Castle Asphalt providing commercial or residential asphalt paving, commercial site work, or commercial line striping. Visit castleasphalt.com for more information or to request your free estimate. We got a ball game here, Tim.
We certainly do. 19-14, 6:48 remaining here in the third quarter.
Let's step aside real quick here, Tim.
You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Maya Jarrett tees up the ball at the 40-yard line. 6:48 remaining here in the third. 14 points for the Spartans, 19 for Union.
First turnover, and it looms large when you give up a 2-yard touchdown drive.
Little push cook going to be fielded at the 32. And that is Jonke with the ball as he's going to move to the left side, avoid some tackles, and pick up some nice yardage before being rushed out of bounds.
Yeah, able to get away from a couple. A nice stiff arm on Sodders to get a few more yards and decent field position. But now, again, if you're Union, short-term memory, you scored 19 points in the first quarter, Tim. Where has that gone? Where has the offense gone? Well, guess what? This team's not going away. They're not going to go away lightly on the Spartans. Now you're in a ball game. How do you respond? This is what championship teams are about. This is your defending WPIAL champion. How do you respond if you're the Scotties here?
Well, we're going to find out on this first down and 10. Ball at their own 38-yard line. Braylon Thomas looks over to defense. 4-receiver pattern. As he looks to the short side of the field, he'll fire on the move, complete it. Gets it across the sticks for a first down to Mike Gunn.
That's his 5th catch of the game. Came in with 10 catches on the season. I think I'm on the same page with Coach Nee and Coach Nogue and company. Get the ball into the hands of Big Mike Gunn.
Thomas takes a snap. He's looking this time to the right. He'll fire on the move. He'll complete it. And this time he gets another first down. This is Blakely on the catch. And Nathan Hill making the stop there. They're going to say just shy of the sticks.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a gain of 8. Over 100 yards passing now for Braylon Thomas. Last year, he became the first ever Union player to get 1,000 and 1,000. 1,000 yards passing, 1,000 yards rushing. He's on pace to do that in the regular season. He needed a few of the postseason games before hitting that last year, but there's only been a few of those in WPIAL history to do it all in the regular season.
5 receivers, empty backfield here for Thomas. 4 to the left. Thomas takes a high snap, and we're going to get a delay of game as the play clock reads 00.
Yeah, and if it wasn't a delay of game, it would have been an illegal shift because he kind of noticed it and was kind of getting set. He was moving forward, was Thomas at the time of the snap. But that's big, because now instead of 2nd and 2, it's 2nd and 7, Tim.
Yep.
Yeah, we got someone else running the cameras now. How about this? A WPIAL golf qualifier. He should be out on the driving range right now, should Rocco Galmarie, but instead he's running
move
cameras.
The ball back a little farther, guys.
He's running cameras
there
for
we
us.
Go.
Yep, that's better.
Yeah.
That look right, Rocco? Yeah. Can you count to 5? 5 birdies. That's what we want on Monday. How about this? 4 receivers set to the left here for the Scotties.
Yep, one single receiver to the right. That's Jonke. They'll throw it into the slot. That's Gunn. Gunn has room down the sideline. Picks up the first down and more as he knocked out of bounds around the 30. It was Jack Miles defensively coming through here for the Spartans.
But give credit on the edge to Andrew Cartwright and Andrew Gettings. Andrew squared, making a combination of blocks, and I think they were both pancake blocks in the end, putting the defensive backs on their back. That's the 6th catch of the game, by the way, for Mike Gunn.
Yeah, he's acting more like Slash, just enjoying it, making music on the field.
I thought you were going to go with a Cordell Stewart reference. We've seen him at quarterback, running back, and receiver.
That's true.
And here, right on cue, he's back at quarterback. This is Thomas in the slot, Gunn, and the Wildcat.
Again, empty backfield for Thomas. No, Gunn, excuse me. Gunn takes it and goes up the middle. Gunn with the ball. He's going to score.
30 yards.
30-yard touchdown run. Mike Gunn making his play to become the MVP player, or at least a nomination right now.
Oh, for sure, your MVP Insurance Player of the Game nominee. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 1st rushing touchdown of the season. Getting the game at MVP Insurance, where they coach clients to better prices and better coverage. Call MVP for the win. Right now, call Mike Gunn for the win.
And Stanley will come on for the point after. Here's the kick by Stanley. It is up and through the uprights. 26-14. Union answers right back with 4:33 remaining here in the 3rd. We're going to take this time out. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
BMF Tax and Financial provides businesses and individual tax prep, advising, and consulting. With over 10 years of experience, BMF Tax provides you with big firm expertise with small firm service.
I'm Brandon Fisher, owner of BMF Tax and Financial. Together, we will help you get a better understanding of your taxes and build a relationship along the way. At BMF Tax, I want to take the stress away from taxes and allow you to focus on what you do best.
Call or visit bmftax.com to set up a free consultation. BMF Tax and Financial. Taxes made simple, life made easy.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years. Thomas tees the ball up at the 40-yard line as the Scotties will kick it left to right on your devices here in the 3rd quarter. A line drive kick is going to be fielded around the 23. Brought upfield is going to have a nice run all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Colton Carlson on that return. He missed the first couple of games. He's been a big factor in this one, quietly, but little things like that, getting his team good field position starting at the 46-yard line, Tim.
So here we go for the Spartans as Santini comes out, gets the play from the sidelines. 4:27 remaining here in the third.
And again, on paper, doesn't look like the game would be this close coming into it. That's why you play, and that's Lawrence County football in a nutshell right there.
Say, that's conference football right there. As they hand it off, it is Hannon trying to find a way, but there's too many white shirts there to make the play.
Yeah, they'll get forward progress right back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Kelly leading the way there for the Scotties.
And I think, remember how we mentioned going into the second half that the Laurel coaching staff probably trying to send a message to their offensive line? Pretty sure Union just got that exact same message after giving up the a big chunk of yardage. They got the stop in the red zone, but then end up giving up the touchdown after the turnover. I think they got that same sort of message of, hey, you got to buckle down right here. Ben Hennon's at 97 yards. Don't let him get over 100.
Here's the snap. Santini will throw it out wide. A little too far from Jack Miles.
And that was open again. Again, that's the same route that they ran, that combination route on the play where Shearer basically, he doesn't throw a pick or a block. It's just a rub route to get the defender in the way. But that pass is a little bit too hot to handle. I'll tell you what, keep an eye on Jamel Mitchell. He got combination blocked on the far sideline, or on the far side of the offensive line by a couple of Laurel linemen. And good sportsmanship. They help each other up, but he's feeling it after taking that double blow.
So Santini looks over to defense on 3rd down and 10. He'll keep, and he'll be caught in the backfield and brought down.
I think it was Lucas Stanley coming on the end, yep.
I was going to say. So 4th down and now punting situation here for the Spartans.
Yeah, Lucas Stanley, another one you could have called for your newbie player of the game. Didn't play last season. He's going to be a star again on the basketball court as a junior, but in there, we haven't seen him at quarterback, but we'll wonder if we might see the lefty slinging it around here throughout the rest of the game.
Good snap. They'll get the punt away. It'll be fielded at the 28. Gunn with the ball. Gunn to the 40. Down at the 44-yard line.
Braden Smith making the tackle, but not until Gunn gets about 10 or 12 yards on that return. Yeah, Mike Gunn has just had a fantastic game. Only one touchdown coming into tonight's game, but you know what he can do. Anytime he gets the ball in his hands, Tim, he's a threat. He's got 3 touchdowns. Couldn't take that one back, but again, shifts the field. In terms of field position, that ends up being just a shift of, 10 yards.
Yeah. But puts Union in excellent field position for this drive at their own 44. 2:59 remaining here in the third. Thomas in a deep snap.
Looks like
Gunn. Yeah, it's Gunn back there.
Feeding the hot hand.
Yep. Gunn's going to keep, and as he rolls out, he's going to cross midfield and get up to about the 48-yard line.
But that's what happens when you have somebody with the speed of Mike Gunn or Braylon Thomas, whoever it is who's behind center, is that's basically a full sprint to the edge. The linebackers, the defensive ends, the secondary, they have to sprint over to make sure he doesn't get the corner. Well, as soon as he sees he doesn't have the angle anymore, he plants the right foot, and then he just goes straight forward. I mean, that could be a 1 or 2 yard gain. It could be a touchdown down the right sideline. They prevent the touchdown, but because he has the vision. It could be an
8-yard gain, exactly.
Yes, and he's smart enough and does the right thing on this play to go and get the yardage.
And they'll keep Gunn at quarterback here.
Exactly.
They'll bring one in motion. That is Stanley. And Gunn will keep. Gunn up the middle. Picks up the first down. Crosses the 45 and is down close to the 43-yard line. And that was O'Brien on the stop. But a key pickup of the first down here for the Scotties as we reach 2 minutes on a moving clock here in the third quarter.
5 carries for 57 yards, all from the Wildcat here tonight for Mike Gunn.
Mike Gunn. Looks like this is his drive at quarterback for the Scotties.
At least for the time being.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You have both guys out there.
Now Thomas will.
You said it.
Yeah. will take over at quarterback, and Gunn will go into the slot. Handoff goes to Cartwright. Cartwright cuts back, has room, and gets down to the 34-yard line.
I'll tell you what, you don't want to run into Andrew Cartwright. He's used to giving the hits out on the ice, and that time lowers the shoulder, and Braden Smith makes the tackle, but he paid for it. A 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, we're just going to say we're seeing big pickups on the ground here for the Scotties on this drive. Started at their own 44-yard line. They advanced it now out to the 34 of the Spartans.
And now it's the Scotties who are taking their time, making sure that they're getting everything situated. They're trying to go on a long drive. They've not had a drive last more than 3 minutes tonight here, Tim. This is one that you kind of want to milk it.
Thomas is in the slot, and Gunn is at quarterback. Gunn will keep. Gunn will change directions as he plows forward, and he's going to muscle his way up to the 31-yard line. O'Brien on the stop.
Gain of 3, and he's going to get the first down, but that's another one. It doesn't look like much in the playbook. It's not going to be a Maley Chiropractic play of the game by any means, but that's a play that could have gone for a 2 or 3 yard loss, but he keeps the feet, put the hand down to support himself, and then continues to plow forward. That's what it is, Tim. You keep the legs moving at all times, and you're going to have great things happen.
Well, 18 seconds on the play clock, so we're just about even on the time clock, maybe a second short of the end of the quarter, so we'll see what they choose to do here. Thomas takes the snap, hands off to Cartwright, and Hill will go left side, cross the 30, and that will be the last play here of the third quarter as Union leads the Spartans 26-14. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Zeno-Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter, and physical and spiritual care. Some are struggling with abuse and addiction. They feel alone, unloved, and forgotten. Individual, caring people provide their hope. You can help change the lives of men, women, and children. Visit cityrescuemission.org and help us today.
After the game, we will announce our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Seasonal allergies, changes in the weather, even that dreaded bleacher back, they can all affect how you feel on a daily basis. Call Maley Chiropractic to schedule your appointment today and let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
So 12 minutes on the clock as we flip to the other side of the field on 2nd down and 8 at the 30-yard line here for Union. Back to pass is Thomas. He's looking long. He has a man open in the corner, juggling and can't come down with it. Oh, my. Jonke was the intended receiver.
Well, Jonke has had a touchdown catch in each of the 4 Union games so far this year. He's had a rough night, though, Tim. He's had a couple of those that have just gone in and out of his hands just like that. And, again, this is where you love, though, especially as a young player, how do you respond on this very next play? What are you going to do? Are you going to be in your head, or are you going to go out there and say, hey, throw it to me again, I'm catching this one?
Here we go. Jonke's the receiver out to the right. Gettings the receiver out to the left. Thomas is in the slot, so that's Gunn at quarterback. Gunn will keep. Goes to the short side of the field, turns the edge, and gets knocked out of bounds.
Wow, good job to hold the edge a little bit better on that far side. I believe it was Miles again making the hit for the tackle, but that's also a play call, knowing what you're going to do, you're going for it on 4th down. You're just trying to get it manageable.
And that's what they basically did. He picked up about 2 to 3, and it'll be 4th down and about 5 coming up here from the 27-yard line for Union.
Yep, they will keep the offense on the field. Clock stopped at 11:41, and now we'll see. Again, do you go the hard count here? Well, right now they just got to get the play in. 10 on the play clock, and they just now break the huddle. Going to have to hurry.
Gunn's in the slot. Empty backfield here for Thomas. He rolls to his right. Thomas will pivot back the other way. He's in trouble, and he's going to go down as the Spartans gobble him up and takes him down at the 36-yard line. It was Mahoney making the stop.
I'm sorry, not number 60, number 50, Dom Willis, the freshman. How about that with a newbie play?
Yeah.
Health in motion, physical therapy, another newbie play of the game right there. A couple of freshman sacks for the Laurel Spartans and another change in possession.
So Laurel will take over at their own 35-yard line with 11:34 trailing 26-14. Santini going all the way at quarterback here tonight for the Spartans. He's back to pass. He'll fire over the middle. He has Shearer. Shearer at the 50 and goes down at the 47-yard line. A beautiful pass there by Lucas Santini, finding his receiver over the middle.
Beautiful pass right up the seam, a little back shoulder action even, and Shearer, good job to adjust and make the catch in making the adjustment in the air. A 17-yard pickup.
Saunders is the receiver out to the left, 2 to the right. They'll hand it off to Hennon. Hennon will get a steam and get up to the 45-yard line. He'll pick up a few on the play, and he'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
For about the 9th or 10th time, Jamel Mitchell with the heavy tackle.
So 2nd and 7.
By the way, I believe that run puts Hennon over the century mark
I
on
was
my
just
numbers.
thinking that myself.
Yep, I got him even right now. 17 carries for 100 yards.
3 receivers set with the wing on the right. Hannon dot in the eye. Hannon takes the handoff. He'll move to his right, has room, and loses his footing as he makes the cut. He'll pick up a few yards. A nice run there by Ben.
Yeah,
and had a few more in front of him, but just couldn't quite keep his feet moving.
Jordan Kelly, I believe, just got enough to trip him up, but it will be another 3-yard pickup. 3rd down and 3 upcoming.
3rd down and 4 is the official call.
Score update coming. Looks like Beaver Falls late in the 3rd quarter scores. 2-point conversion to try to tie it up against Neshannock. Keep following that bottom line. We'll have all the score updates coming for you.
4 receivers set. Shearer, they fake the handoff to Shearer, and it's a quarterback keeper, and Santini is not going to be able to advance the ball.
Take a wild guess, Tim.
Yeah. It's Jamal one more time.
Jamel Mitchell showing off the speed, showing off the strength, doing a little of everything. I got him down for 10 tackles unofficially at this point. Loss of 1.
He's making his pitch to be, hey, I can be the MVP.
Well, he got one of the shirts out at Acrisure Stadium last year.
Yeah.
As part of the championship defensive performance they put on. 4th down and call it 5.5. And we're going to have a Pontius Insurance timeout, and I think a smart one here taken by Laurel. Make sure everybody's there and set up and ready to go because this is a crucial play.
Well, that timeout. Pontius Insurance. Give agents Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, or Tracy Giddings a call and start today saving money on your insurance.
Well, let's see if Coach Cooper can drop a gem of a play. Gem Master Builders and Craftsmen. They bring value, local craftsmanship, and expert management to projects. Their services include construction and facility management, design and build services, general construction, project oversight, and inspection. Visit gembuilders.com for more information. We'll see what kind of construction of a play they can come up with here on 4th down. Tim, what are you thinking here? If you're Coach Coop and company, what's your thought process on a 4th and call it 6?
Well, I'll be honest. I'd try to get into hands. Maybe you can roll the Santini a little to the right and throw back to Ben and see if he can get a little gap to run into. But he's your playmaker.
Your most effective play has been finding the H-back Miles. I'm watching for the sophomore coming from that H-back position.
We'll see what happens. Santini's looking. He's going to get ball's going to be brought down there by Lucas Stanley. Getting his big paws up in the air and knocking that one down.
And they were looking for Miles. You see that they were going for that pass in the flat. That's kind of an option, whether he's going to go to the flat or angle it back in. As he angles in, though, you got the big 6'4" guy just coming right at the quarterback and saying, go ahead, try to get it through me. Big change in possession. Union, after they turned it over on downs on their last possession, able to hold serve with 9:18 remaining, hold on to a 2-score lead.
First down and 10 on the change of possessions. So Union will have the ball at their own 43-yard line. And with just over 9 minutes here to play in the fourth quarter. It is Gunn at quarterback. Blakely goes in motion, and Gunn will follow as he'll pick up about 4 on the play, getting close to the 49-yard line. It was Smith on the stop there for the Spartans.
Here's the good news. Braden Smith is one heck of a tackler. Here's the bad news. He's a cornerback, and he's your team's leading tackler on the season. It's a few too many hits made by a man in the secondary. However, he's not your typical defensive back either. He's almost like a Polamalu type. I mean, look where he's playing. He's playing in the box more often than not.
And it's going to be an empty backfield, but who's that quarterback there?
That looks like Lucas Stanley for the first time.
And the handoff goes to Thomas. Thomas turns the corner as he's going to pick up the first down.
Yeah, so first time Stanley takes a snap, and you get the ball into Thomas's hands just in a different way.
Thing. He loves using different people in different situations.
So third different player to take a snap at quarterback. You saw it all the time last year with Thomas, Gunn, and Matt Stanley usually.
Right.
Caden Fisher saw some snaps at times too.
So first and 10 here for the Scotties. Ball at the 44-yard line.
That was about a 10-yard gain? Sound about right?
Sounds about right. Jonke's the receiver out to the left. Thomas comes in motion. He'll take the handoff on the sweep. As flags fly, he'll turn the corner, and he'll be knocked out of bounds. But I believe we're going to have a holding call here against the offense.
And right on cue, Braden Smith again going sideline to sideline to make the tackle. Here's the thing, too. When you have different guys who take quarterback snaps, and they can all throw the ball. They've all thrown passes this year. Mike Gunn, honestly, probably should have a passing touchdown on the year. One of the Cornell defensive backs made a phenomenal play to strip the receiver at the 5-yard line as he was going in for a touchdown in their game a couple of weeks ago. Otherwise, you could be saying all 3 quarterbacks have passing touchdowns on the season as well. So, but here's what that offers you. You have a kid in Braylon Thomas. He's thrown it 16 times. He's now run it 13 times. He can go and take a step back or take a step on the sideline for a play, get a breather, because you know you can put Gunn out there. You can put Stanley out there.
And Gunn is out there right now. So Gunn looks over to defense. Takes the snap, and he'll go forward, and he'll bounce off one defender and go forward, gain about a yard on the play. Bring up second down and 9.
Ben Hennon made the first hit, and Colton Carlson wrapped him up after a 2-yard pickup. So 9 carries all from the Wildcat from Mike Gunn for 72 yards. He also has 6 catches for 64 yards.
And 3 touchdowns.
And 3 touchdowns. I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say that the thought process of what we had as one of our keys to the game here, Tim, ended up coming to fruition in terms of getting Mike Gunn the football a little bit more on offense.
Second down and 18, ball at the 48 here for Union. 4 receivers set.
But now time becoming the enemy for the Laurel defense.
Thomas back to pass. He'll look. He's looking back left. He may run. He's going to keep. He's to the 50, and he'll get knocked out of bounds around the 46-yard line. They're going to say he was tackled inbounds, so the clock will continue to run.
Yeah, and good job to kind of go down ahead of time before Medved and Carlson was able to usher him fully out of bounds, because that clock, like I said, is becoming the enemy with 7:15 remaining.
So third down and 12 coming up here for Union as we reach close to 7-minute mark of this game here in the fourth quarter.
We got Cody Pattison to our right, and we're going to have to compare some stats at the end of this one and see how close we are. But right now I got Thomas with 89 rushing yards to go with a $121 through the air.
And Gunn is at quarterback. Well, no, take that back.
He's to the right.
Yeah, he's to the right. And they'll move him in motion. Back to passes Thomas. He's looking down the middle. He'll fire. He has a man open. He completes it as he gets it out to Gettings. As Gettings gets down to the 23-yard line. Santini making the play defensively there for the Spartans, but another first down here for the Scotties.
But here's the point that I was making earlier. So many weapons on the outside. You haven't called Andrew Gettings' name all night long. He's wide open, and the reason he's wide open, again, the other Andrew running the seam basically clears out all the defenders from the area. Gettings is crosses over the middle. No one within a country mile of him. Gain of 23.
Gettings is the receiver out to the left, a 6-foot, 160-pounder, the senior. They'll bring Blakely in motion. And Gunn will run with it to the right. Gunn turns the corner. Gunn gets down close to the sticks. We'll have to see where they mark him out of bounds. But a nice run again there by Mike Gunn.
And here's what's, I think, most impressive about this one, Tim. 5 minutes off the clock on this drive already, and they're still trickling down. They've just entered the red zone. Make sure you stop by the red zone again. Make sure you give them a call. They're currently hiring, I believe. Can't thank Andrew and Mark Kaiser enough for all the stuff that they've done for us, including creating our play and MVP of the game shirts.
Gunn will take the snap at an empty backfield. He'll go to his right. He makes a nice cut. Gets down close to the 10-yard line.
Another first down. 17 first downs on the game. Tyler Shearer able to finally drag him down, and he's going to step to the sideline. But already nearly half the quarter has been taken off the clock on this drive. Union did this a lot last year, too, in the game against Laurel in the regular season, really controlling the clock in that regard. I think they almost had a 3-to-1 time of possession advantage. It's been the other way around for the most part tonight, kind of how we expected. But, again, these are the kind of drives that build championship teams, Tim, to be able to go and hold the ball like this. And I think they're going to go and take an extra Pontius Insurance timeout here. Why don't we step aside for a quick one as well?
You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Hey Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan
and Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association.
And we want to wish all of our Scotties good luck this season. Go Scotties!
Just 5:26 remaining here, Tim. We'll give another big shout out to the Laurel Teachers Association and the Union Area Education Association for their respective support of their individual schools for each and every broadcast at lcsportsnet.com.
First and goal, ball at the 8-yard line here for Union. They lead 26-14. Gunn will be at quarterback with an empty backfield. Gunn takes the snap, goes right up the middle, and plows his way forward, gets close to the 7-yard line.
Oh, and Jack Miles coming off holding his shoulder.
He made the initial contact on that play. It almost blew it up.
And he immediately would grab into that left arm, that left shoulder. You hope it's just a stinger, but he's been such a instrumental part to this team. I remember actually talking to his grandfather, George Miles, a longtime coach here. I was talking to him during training camp. I said, "Who's that big number 10? He's huge." He said, "Yeah, that's my grandson." He's another kid who grew about 6 inches in the last year.
So Thomas at quarterback on second and goal from the 4. Thomas going to keep. Thomas jump pass going to be tipped away. As his intended receiver there was Blakely.
And then Thomas took a hefty hit on that jump pass.
And he is down.
So the 9th play of the drive. Back-to-back plays. First a Laurel player out with an injury, though Jack seems to be shaking him off on the sideline. We'll see, hopefully for Braylon Thomas, it's just that he got the wind knocked out of him.
And that's very well possible because at the last moment he's seen his receiver Blakely break open, and he did a jump pass. As he jumped to let go of the ball, he was hit as that pass then was tipped away in the end zone.
Yeah, because he ends up taking a shot right to the ribs, which are now exposed as he makes that throw. He'll come off. Again, here's the benefit. You have Mike Gunn, who's already taken 12 Wildcat snaps tonight. You have Lucas Stanley, who can come in and take a snap at quarterback as well. And it looks like I don't see Stanley out there, so it looks like it will be Gunn.
Yeah. Wonder if they'll let Gunn throw the ball here.
You got 2 plays to gain 4 yards. They have not. Well, that was the first pass attempt of the drive, Tim.
Well, Gunn in an empty backfield.
You know what's coming. Can you stop it?
Gunn takes a snap, goes right side, follows his blockers, and he's not going to get there. He may gain a yard on the play, but Jackson Saunders was there to lead the Spartans defense on that play.
Credit big number 72, Casey Wilson. He got outside of his block, forced it back inside, and really blew up that play before anything could happen. Mark it at the 3, 4th and goal. Union's going to go for it, no question here. Even if you don't score, you've pinned Laurel deep with now under 4 minutes to play. And I think Union's going to take all the time maybe here too and waste a timeout and get this play correct.
Yeah, Union still has 2 timeouts on the clock, so they can take their time as the play clock's down to 6.
Biggest play of the game right here.
Gunn looks over to defense. And they
called a
timeout. Yes, I was wondering if they got it out in time. They did.
Yeah, good Pontius Insurance timeout call right there. Gives us a chance to remind you again, coming up, nominations now open for the LCAP Team of the Month, as well as our LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. Again, go to lcsportsnet.com at the top, click on the awards tab. You can then go to Play of the Month and Athlete of the Month and put in your nominations. We'll then have the Sportsnet crew get together and we'll go through the nominations and come up with our selections for your Male and Female Athlete of the Month as well as our Team of the Month. They'll get some cool rewards, and we'll announce those award recipients coming up in the first week of October.
All right, here comes Union out of the timeout. 4th down and 2, or 4th down and goal from just inside the 3-yard line. 3 minutes, 43 seconds remaining here in the 4th.
11th play of the drive.
Gunn will be at quarterback.
No Thomas on the field.
Blakely goes in motion. Gunn will follow. Gunn puts his head down, gets to the goal line, touchdown! Mike Gunn with his 4th touchdown of the game extends the Scotties lead to 32-14 with 3:39 remaining here in the 4th quarter.
That is a scoring drive that takes over 7 minutes off of the clock. And again, in the end, it's just our best against your best. Mike Gunn's in the Wildcat, as all he's done is run the football. Can you stop him? The answer, frankly, tonight has been no, you cannot.
Stanley's in for the point after. Here's the hold and the kick. It is right down the pipes. It's good. 33-14, 3:39 here to play in the 4th quarter. Let's take this time out. You're watching LC Sportsnet, powered by LCAP.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
After 2 shoulder surgeries, my doctor wanted me to go to his physical therapy, which was out of town, and I chose Washington Center Physical Therapy.
The availability is absolutely amazing. When we call to get an athlete in, we get them in the exact same day.
I see many patients preoperatively for orthopedic surgeries. Those patients who use Washington Center have the best outcomes.
The bottom line is Washington Center Physical Therapy is your best choice for physical therapy.
Call us at Washington Center Physical Therapy, serving the community for over 20 years.
as a mark in the W column for Laurel here tonight, but they did a lot of
good
great
things. Yeah, they're going to have a lot of things to talk about when they watch the film. Good and bad, but there's a lot of things they'll talk about what they succeeded in trying to do.
And with such a young team, too, to be able to have this kind of performance, and you had Union on the ropes there for a little bit, to be able to come through and make those plays.
They'll throw to the corner, and it'll fall incomplete. 38 seconds remaining here in the game.
Jonky in coverage on Carlson there. But to finish the thought, Tim, you've done so many great things. You had the defending WPIAL champions on the ropes. They needed to adjust what they were doing. And again, every game is going to be a growing moment for this Spartans team. Can they continue to grow? Can they continue to push forward? And because down the stretch, you're going to have games against the Rochesters, Southside, Shenango to end the year at Pop Johnson Stadium, where you can be in playoff contention.
Throw over the middle.
Oh, my.
And it's going to be picked.
That was intercepted with a one-hit and interception by Andrew Cartwright.
There's a possible MVP, or excuse me, Medley Chiropractic Play of the Game nomination. Late in the game, but a big pick there defensively for the Union Scotties, and that turnover, and of course, is brought to you by Moderna Bonner Law. Make sure to protect your possessions at ModernaBonnerLaw.com, your community law firm with personal connection and individual service.
Yeah, we're going to have a tough time coming up with our Medley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Got a couple of ideas. That one's certainly right up there with it. I think it's pretty clear of who your MVP Insurance MVP will be for this one.
I'm not sure who that is.
One kneel down, and we're going to have a final score here from the Leonard H. Rich Athletic Complex.
And victory formation and kneel down.
Stanley
there by Stanley taking the snap.
And thought we heard whistles out on the field.
I think we did.
Well, they're going to shake hands. They're going to head to their respective sidelines, and that's going to be it here, Tim. 33-14 Union, now 2-0 in conference play with the win here tonight.
Yeah, big, impressive win here for the Scotties as they've led throughout this ball game, taking a 19-0 lead. The Spartans came back in the second and third quarter with a touchdown each to cut it down to 5. But then the Scotties ran it out to 33, and that was our final here. 33-14. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll start our Tri-County Principal Post-Game Show. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates, or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
And welcome back to Laurel as the Union Scotties come into Laurel on homecoming and come away with the victory, 33-14. The scoring tonight got started in the first quarter. Only took 1:06 off the clock. And on the third play up from scrimmage, it was a touchdown pass by Thomas. And they were on the board 6-0. The point after was no good. With 7:28 remaining in the first quarter, they would go on a 4-play, 21-yard drive for a touchdown. The point after was good to extend the lead to 13-0. And then Gunn from would get on the scoreboard again. A kick failed on an 8-play, 69-yard drive and make it 19-0. Took 2 minutes and 22 seconds off the clock. Jack Miles then from Santini for the touchdown after on a 10-play, 45-yard drive for Laurel to cut the lead to 19-7. That took 5 minutes and 35 seconds off the clock. Santini then would get into the end zone on his own. It was a 1-play, 2-yard drive after the fumble by Union. Mike Gunn had a 30-yard run for a touchdown. It capped a 4-play, 59-yard drive to extend the lead to 26-14. It took 2 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock. And then Gunn would score again, this time on an 11-play drive to extend the lead to a 33-14. It took a 7 minutes and 39 seconds off the clock. So an impressive outing here for the Scotties here tonight as they improve down to 4-1 on the season as the Spartans fall to 1-4. The Spartans traditionally do their alma mater after each and every game as the players and the cheerleaders and the band get together, as you can see and hear in the background, as it has been an impressive outing here tonight. Let's take one more time out, and we'll come back. We'll do our Maley Chiropractic and MVP awards. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenopal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
For 20 years, Maley Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Maley Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award. Maley Chiropractic is proud to present tonight's Play of the Game Award to, excuse me, I know it's, I had it and I lost it. Forgive me. It was Andrew Cartwright on the interception for the Union Scotties. Maley Chiropractic and Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Andrew tonight for tonight's Play of the Game, and we'll receive a customized T-shirt of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's Play of the Game. The video of tonight's Play of the Game may also be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network standout platform on Twitter and Instagram. To view tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game and a full list of this year's Play of the Game, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations again to Andrew Cartwright for tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. And this one was a difficult choice. We had a lot of debate on this one. It's going to Mike Gunn, our MVP Insurance MVP of the Game Award. MVP Insurance is proud to present the MVP Game of the Game Award to Mike Gunn of Union. MVP Insurance and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Mike tonight as tonight's MVP of the game. Mike Gunn will receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's being named MVP of the game. To view a full list of this year's MVP, go to lcsportsnet.com and click on MVP of the game. Congratulations again to Mike Gunn for being named tonight's MVP of the game. MVP Insurance. Call MVP for the win. And that will tell you about everything we're going on right now Here, it was a 33-14 victory for the Union Scotties. They moved to 4-1 on the season, 2-0 in the conference, while the Spartans from Laurel will follow 1-4 overall and 0-1 in the conference. And my thanks to everybody involved for tonight's broadcast and everyone here at Laurel once again coming up big and helping us throughout tonight's broadcast. So for my partner, James Dotson, I'm Tim Continenza, wishing you all a wonderful good evening. Once again, our final score, 33-14. It was Union over Laurel. Have a great night, everyone.